to be functioning against each other as a Blue Heck is going to be rocking that Sin. Wannabe Ashura on the A.B.A.
Yeah, you want to talk about a character that was adapted incredibly well into Strive, still retaining that core identity. A.B.A. is a big, big winner. You could go from +R into this game, and she feels right at home.
Right, exactly.
Now.
I know this is like one of those characters that people are like, yeah, she's going to be the perfect fit for Strive. Slayer is another one of those characters. And right now, Wannabe Ashura is playing pretty well here. The way that A.B.A. wants to work is she wants to get that gauge going, build up, and then she can go into this frenzied state where she can just wail on you, becoming one of the best characters in the game.
Oh, but is the back dash going to be caught by RTL? It isn't.
No, it won't.
Great blocks, but dashes on in, spent the rest of the meter there just to get the hit.
It's okay though, because Wannabe Ashura can just clear that distance so quickly, and we're just going to go for the double turn of the lock here during this combo just to refill that gauge for this wall break situation. Positive bonus A.B.A. That is so scary here, but Blue Heck still staying resolute. We're going to get that wall break. Oh no!
Yep, there it is. You had to expect that the reversal super was going to come when your opponent has 100 tension and you're one touch away from death. Just got a little too greedy there with the offense.
Right, absolutely. I think Blue Heck might have also tried to been baking that gauge would be running out by the end of that combo, but still just had barely enough to where we weren't affected by that pause. Perfect backdash from Wannabe Ashura. Going to be swapping sides, catching Blue Heck on the other side with that overhead, and Wannabe Ashura going to be getting that hard knockdown, spending the super here, and putting us back into that frenzy state. That's the loop here that A.B.A. is presenting, and Wannabe Ashura is presenting that in full force. Super coming out, but, oh, okay, yeah, it's not active because of that burst there, and Blue Heck going to be staying alive, but not for much longer.
Yeah, Wannabe Ashura doing a fantastic job here with the offense, managing that jealousy gauge. And then the moment that they get into jealous rage, it is lights out.
Right. Yeah, A.B.A. is like one of those feast or famine characters where she's one of the worst characters in the game, probably the worst character in the game without the jealousy gauge online. But when she is in a jealousy rage state, then she becomes one of the best characters in the game who just plus on everything, incredibly fast, incredibly mobile, and just dumps damage on you if you make a single mistake. Not even on counter hit, but that's a big counter hit here for Wannabe Ashura. Speak of the devil.
Trying to go for the close slash there. Yeah, Blue Heck had to go for the burst there. It didn't have to, but chose to go for the burst there in that scenario just to prevent Wannabe Ashura from getting more of that jealous gauge, getting the knockdown, and having the advantage when they go into the state. They still got the advantage anyway, but, you know, trying to put a stop to that early momentum.
Right, that's the idea with this character. A.B.A. kind of forces players to use burst gauge differently, where you want to be bursting, not on the high damage combos, you want to be bursting to prevent her from building up that momentum to be put into that jealous rage state, because even if, you know, she's not hitting you during jealous rage state, she's like very hard to catch and just very difficult to deal with. And here we go, jealous rage state, once again being able to safely set it up on that hard knockdown, just keeping this positional advantage here in the wall. But Wannabe Ashura going to be getting sniped by that combo from Blue Heck, and that will be running down the timer there on that jealous rage. So we won't have that available going into this wall break situation. 50 here on deck though, so that will help us out.
Over the uninstall. Now the pressure is on. Still a lot of tension here, nearly at full burst gauge for Ashura, but the question is, are they willing to spend it? I think at this point, you kind of just gotta hold it. Hold it for a rainy day.
Yeah, this is going to be a very difficult round to win, even if we get the jealousy rage on a line, and we do get it here, but not for long. BRC, good throw tech here from Wannabe Ashura in response to Blue Heck's approach. Wannabe Ashura still alive, no more meter to spend, tries to match out with the 2P, but Blue Heck is going to low crush that.
Moving straight into the next round here. This is a massive, massive round for Blue Heck, right? Needs to be able to tie this up. Cannot allow Wannabe Ashura to get that 2-0 momentum and just keep this snowball growing. So right now, stuck in the corner, bursting after getting counter hit.
so I'm surprised we didn't burst on that first combo. And now Blue Heck is going to be in a world of pain. That is full gauge here for Wannabe Ashura. We're going to do whatever we want to do at this point, and that's going to be the anti-air counter hit, making it easy to convert off of, and Wannabe Ashura will be taking that with a perfect. That was definitely the perfect A.B.A round.
A.B.A is such strong character, full jealous rage. It's just like, what do you even do? You block, close your eyes, and pray.
Right, exactly. You just hope that you guess correctly.
You know that image of like the baby monkey where the leopard is above it, and he just has his eyes shut and he's resigned to his fate. That's what it feels like to be blocking a full jealous rage A.B.A.
Duel 1.
Right. That's exactly how it feels. And especially when you're looking at Wannabe Ashura with a 2-0 lead right now in this set. Blue Heck can get the advantage, but here's the thing, even if you get these early combos, if Wannabe Ashura at least gets a little bit of jealous rage, you see that Blue Heck is really struggling trying to deal with it. And for good reason here, as it is just so difficult to deal with all the plus frames that A.B.A is throwing out here. Okay, but that's no more jealous rage, and unfortunately that puts Wannabe Ashura into a pretty difficult spot, as Blue Heck will be going for the RTL, because why not? You want to be getting that positive bonus now that Wannabe Ashura does not have many resources on the table.
Move stop is going to be blocked. Immediately swinging back with the keeper of the key. Right into the overhead, but already out of jealous rage.
Very good burst. I'm surprised that Big Trevor didn't land. Blue Heck running forward with the low. Can we kill with this combo? No, not quite. Jealous Rage running out of the perfect time, and unfortunately, that's going to be the pause button, so Blue Heck will be seeing that dust attempt.
For Ashura, that was actually an incredibly smart decision there. Tried to go for the key grab to get the wall splat, right, and get that safe uninstall, but just mistimed it. Could have easily taken the round off of that.
Managing that gauge can be quite difficult. Here we go. We do have plenty to work with, and that's just here's one of the big difficult things to work with when you're playing against A.B.A is she can burst you and then immediately get put into an advantageous state by being able to safely set up Jealous Rage. It's kind of very similar to like where Happy Chaos or Axel kind of likes it when you burst them, because they're put back into that optimal range they like to play at. Tyrant Barrel getting that clean hit, still not enough to kill. However, Wannabe Ashura is still living with 8 pixel of health, and the BRC fast cancel backing out, avoiding that offense from Blue Heck in the and the shield, deflect shield, pushing Blue Heck to actually the perfect range to actually get a punish on that L-cut attempt. But Wannabe Ashura, I think, just not ready for that to be perfectly set up there.
Yeah, no, we're seeing really high level stuff already, still in pools, not even in the top 24 yet, but the players are pulling out all the stops. One of these players is going to move on to a top 24 qualifier, though. Is it going to be Ashura or Blue Heck?
Yeah, one thing I really like about how Blue Heck is playing around A.B.A is also, not really pressing anything when Wannabe Ashura is about to end Jealous State, because there is that pause right there. Wannabe Ashura will be able to see, is it going to be an overhead, is it going to be a button, right? And then they can try to go for that optimal, punish or response to that. So Blue Heck having to like hold it and then push their advantage directly out. Okay, that's going to be a great opening there for Blue Heck. RTL here. Very difficult position for Wannabe Ashura. Now really struggling to keep that Jealous Rage up and intact, as Blue Heck starting to play a little more passive when it's online.
It should be able to close out the round here. Doesn't even need meter, just good routing. Blue Heck finally just clawing back the momentum. Still down on burst, but gonna stop the install. Doesn't stop it, actually. Even better, hits it after the install activates, so all that gauge is just wasted.
Yeah, very brave from Wannabe Ashura to try and pop that there in mid-screen. Like, Sin has so many options to catch you if you try to get cheeky like that. And, if you didn't check it, then Wannabe Ashura would have been in a great position. But look at the position we are in and now. Tyrant Barrel, very similar to that previous round where Wannabe Ashura had just a sliver of life left and not a lot to work with. No meter, no jealous gauge. You do have that burst, but what can you do when you're one touch away? All right, well, we spent that burst, but we're just one touch away to where you just can't really contest in with anything.
I love what I'm seeing here from BlueHeck when it comes to the adaptation. Now taking it all the way the full distance. A possibility of another reverse 3-0 is likely here. Wannabe Ashura needs to dig deep and stop this offense, stop this resurgence of BlueHeck.
Yeah, we will see as we go into this next game, final game of the set, game number 5, and round start. Wannabe Ashura just pressing that big button, catching BlueHeck on that backdash, and then getting a really good throw. That's going to be Jealous State if we want to go for it, but no, instead we're going to go for the mix-up, and we do find it to go into that Jealous State safely there at as the combo enders. Playing careful here against BlueHeck. We do have that DP, and the DP does get represented. Wannabe Ashura going to go for the manual install at the perfect moment just to preserve that resource.
Yeah, and Ashura has really been dancing on the razor's edge here when it comes to those installing at such low moments to try and just gain that momentum, but immediately loses it once the Jealous Rage is gone.
So, good patience from Wannabe Ashura blocking this out. You can't really contest with a lot of these options from BlueHeck. A burst comes out, so BlueHeck can maintain position of the corner. And honestly, like, I don't even mind that, because while we are on the health deficit, we have such a good position, good position here in terms of the meter gain against Wannabe Ashura. We don't have that Jealous State on the line. We do have that burst. Do we want to spend it? Yes, we will. 50 meter. We'll see what we can do with it. Like,
Ashura nearly at 100 tension, and there it is! Hitting the 100 tension with the counter hit. RC?
On the kill,
yes,
RC.
Gonna go for the wall break to try and get the kill, and it's enough!
Oh my god. Yeah, BlueHeck, you know, I had the right idea, right? You know, it's like, have the no install A.B.A approach me now that you have the life deficit, but BlueHeck just getting a little too close to the sun there, and Wannabe Ashura really balling out, and that's kind of the mindset that you have to be in when you're playing with A.B.A. Yeah, and there it is. Once again, waiting after the install pause, and then going for the overhead so we can make sure that we get that mix-up on Wannabe Ashura.
Immediate reversal super there as well. Gonna go straight into the install, but again, it's very short-lived for a single mix-up, which is gonna be negated by RTL.
Yeah, Wannabe Ashura just not respecting these defensive options from BlueHeck. Maybe to their advantage, maybe not. Here we go, counter hit though. BlueHeck spending that burst though. You know, that's not the worst position to be in here, because now BlueHeck has spent that burst. We won't have that available for us in this round. That means we can get a really good Jealous Rage state early on if we can manage to find it.
Final game, final round. One of these players is moving on to a qualifier. The other is going to be sent down to the loser side of the bracket. Most Jealous Rage Ashura has had in a while.
Yeah, that's so smart here now, because BlueHeck just cannot stop this momentum without the burst. But we'll see what we do here on Wake Up RTL. This time, Wannabe Ashura will be respecting it, and that's going to be the perfect punish to the RTL. Doesn't get the wall break just yet, but there's a mix-up. That's gets a BRC, still not enough, but that will do it. The 6T3H and Wannabe Ashura will be winning. You know, looking really scary. Looking really scary.
Name a phone number.
Let's call it.
Should I call that live on stream? I don't even know where my phone is.
It'd be their phone number, and you just see them randomly pause in the middle of the set to pick it up. We get the live player commentary.
I kind of want to call it, actually.
Yeah, but here we go. If we can manage our resources properly, Macho is going to be in a really good position, because Asuka has arguably even better lockdown pressures than Zato. But that's only if we can keep that magic gauge online, because if we don't have it online, well, we won't have access to our specials, and we also won't have access to the high guts and defense rating that Asuka has currently.
Uh-oh, and here we go. Black Hole is out. Actually, smart to rush in and just block the cubes to get rid of them, right? So they're not just immediately spinning all around you.
Okay, we're just refilling the gauge here again, refilling the cards. That cube just incoming, and totsubunger just forced to respect it. Blocking these teleports honestly pretty efficiently here, but totsubunger took a lot of damage from Chipp, from getting hit here and there. Macho still unable to confirm the kill just yet. They try to go for the rocky overhead, but the Dolphin coming through, Orca, Super, and that will be enough to clean it up.
Okay, Chad, the area code says it's Norfolk, Virginia. Okay, here we go with the wall break. Just a 5P.
Yeah, just setting up the wall, setting the explosion. Setting these spells. Teleport to the other side. 6P actually just like break some of these cubes in the air. Making it over the fence, but a throw from Macho will be getting Macho some more room to work with here. Totsubunger with the high, and there's the super. Choose our spells. What do we have? We have the black hole there, right? Yeah, there's the black hole. And now Totsubunger is just in a world of pain. Take this geometry, take these cubes. Not enough to get the wall break, though. I wonder if the wall break would have been enough to kill. We had the 50-meter force super, but that will be enough here. We don't need to use that super in the end.
Bro, I hate geometry.
I like it better than physics.
Mr. H did coming through with the $2 tip. Shout out to Norfolk via the 757. Appreciate the tip. Uh-oh. Not appreciating this combo, though. Stuck in the black hole.
The combo awareness from Macho as well. Seeing how the black hole is going to be changing that combo structure with the cubes and with the spells we had unlocked. That's a big burst rate, however, as Macho trying to escape the core will get blown up by Totsubunger.
Right, Totsubunger really coming back from what looked like all Macho, right? Macho consistently just putting them in incredibly high pressure situation, was getting the black hole staff consistently, which is one of the strongest staffs, if not the strongest staff that man can see. But Totsubunger is still able to fight through all of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And Totsubunger just staying strong, right? Just blocking it out, waiting for the opportunity to go in. Because Asuka, you know, if we're not managing our resources correctly, it can be very tough to deal with the high damage that Mei is going to toss down when she finds those confirms. Okay, yeah, good spacing right there, avoiding the 6-piece, setting out the overhead, and catching Totsubunger high. Perfect 5P anti-air. From the burst from Macho, setting up the spells. What do we have? No black hole staff, and we're also getting rid of the teleport as well.
No, but we do have the auto mana draw card as well. Sitting at full mana already. It means we're going to have a lot of access to just summoning cubes. Got the teleport too.
Got the black hole staff as well. Oh, but we black hole staff.
No, didn't want to use it. Now has the speed staff. Oh no, it's the gravity staff.
Right. Yeah, oh, so hard to keep up. What is going on? Am I watching Blaze Blue right now? It's the Rachel Super.
Oh my gosh, the bouncing cubes.
Future right there. You want to be very careful here because Macho does have access to the
DP,
water spell. Yeah, the DP. And
wow.
we also have access to the overhead. So that can be very quick.
Getting DP and overhead in your opening hand is kind of crazy.
But that's going to be the overhead kiss. That means a full combo is in the books for Totsubunger. Straight into the super once again. Let's loop this pressure. Macho just going to take it. I mean, look at the guts Asuka has. We will be surviving these combos, but we have no more mana because we consistently have been getting hit and opened up, and a perfect will be on the table for the Totsubunger right there, evening up the rounds. Macho, what do we have? We got the speed staff. Is that speed staff? No.
Might be the slow staff? I'm not sure. Either way, it's gone. Opted to just mulligan it and shuffle it back into the deck. Here comes the dark magic attack.
Going to be, yeah, stabilizing the combo there, straight into the super yet again. So like I can do the same thing you've been doing to me in that previous round. And Macho is set up in a really good position. I mean, we don't even have to approach if we don't want to. We can just force the meter all out of Totsubunger because they're going to have to take all of that chip damage from the cubes and the projectiles that Macho has set up for themselves.
Fantastic work here from Macho, able to make the adjustments. And really, this is one of the most difficult characters, I think, in any fighting game to play at a high level. Just through the fact that you have so many things to manage. It's not enough to have all the cards and spells to manage to know exactly what to do and how they interact with each other. But the fact that you also have 3 decks that you need to go through. And you need to think of the fact that there are only so many cards in each deck. So you only have a limited number of each of those spells. It's just so much in a game with this high damage.
Right, a lot of variants with this character's toolkit, but if you can manage them all properly, it's such a difficult character to deal with. Way more chaotic than I would even say like Faust is sometimes, right? Because we have so many things we could be doing at all times. Unfortunately, totsubunger dropping that wall break. Macho, yeah, taking the opportunity to recharge that mana so we can continue using these spells. Yeah, we're just going to bottom that teleport that we had. One teleport's enough. Using it to the perfect opportunity. Stacking our deck. What are we doing? We're cheating. What do we have?
The heart of the cards. Macho now trying to run away with the momentum here. totsubunger still with access to burst. So has one get out of jail free card. How you spend it is going to be very important.
Oh, interesting. Burning both of those I called them the sun ball, but burning both of those immediately. That's very interesting. Now we don't have really any mana to work with, so we want to be very careful. If you get hit once, you are in a world of pain, and I think Macho knows that, so went for that wall assault to guarantee that totsubunger wouldn't be able to find a hit on bluff.
Wow. Look at that, able to build all of the mana back. That was the most important thing that Macho could do there to survive, but still so much damage. That's just how much May puts out. Even with the shield on, you're nearly dead.
Macho's still alive. Let's see what we can do, but that's going to be the J2K, not J2K, the cross-up overhead off of the dolphin jump. And that's going to be the air for totsubunger eating up the rounds. What do we have? We got the teleport. Yeah, so we can just move around the screen like that. totsubunger trying to make it to the other side that Macho just went to.
Wall. Oh no, just going for the reset for more pressure. Yamada-san gonna take even all. I was gonna say even more. Takes all of the mana. No shields to save you.
Oh my god, this is such a bad position here for Macho. We do have burst, however. We'll see. Okay, we're able to recharge it just in time. And there's the gold burst to send totsubunger back to full screen. Black hole staff. This is a perfect position here for Macho.
Oh my god.
Playing around the burst, however, and the burst does come out. Black hole staff is still active, however, and Macho will continue to pelt totsubunger from full screen. Tries to run up for a cheeky throw, but totsubunger not going to let that happen.
Stun Dipper at home coming on through. Beautiful play from totsubunger. I was almost expecting a Yamada directly after the burst just to kill all the cubes on the screen, but totsubunger still able to weather the storm and take that game.
Yeah, that is certainly actually a pretty good idea, I would say. Only unfortunate thing is that it does come with a bit of startup, so if we have some cubes out, then it's going to be quite difficult to actually make sure that we don't get interrupted in the process, especially when it has such a low health like that. I think we just weren't ready to take that risk. Just drawing through the deck at this point, using all of our spells that we have here. We do have access to the overhead, so you want to worry about that if you're totsubunger, and totsubunger perfectly realizing that we had that overhead available, blocking. Double teleports, yeah, I can't. We want to stack our deck properly here, so we don't have access to those double teleports here. Like, only one's enough, or none is enough, especially when we're in such a good position like this. DP on a deck as well. Great straight call. That the Louisiana purchase there for Macho, as we're going to be sending totsubunger right through the wall and gaining some land here. Macho now in a position to win. Positive bonus on their side. Teleport to the other side into the tap does, and totsubunger not blocking it out.
Macho trying to take this all the way to yet another Game 5 tonight. Game 5 galore. But totsubunger still has the opportunity to put a stop to this. Isn't low on burst by any means, so it's going to get another opportunity here in this set.
The overhead is available, and as we try to run in, which is the right idea, Macho perfectly timing that overhead to catch totsubunger interrupted in the process. Now we can stack our deck with this super and set up the perfect 4 cards we need to just zone out totsubunger and push them into the corner here. Teleport to the other side. totsubunger ready for it, but not blocking it all out. The 3K low, go for the throw.
Did anyone call that number, by the way?
I am not. Dude, hold on, we can do that after this match.
Dashing on in, and the left, right with the JH totsubunger set point.
Great ground start here for Macho. Ball assault in. That RC just keeps that advantage. Oh my god, and we are just pelting totsubunger with all these projectiles. Teleport tap dust here yet again. We're getting wall.
The dark magic attack?
Yeah, we're going to be getting burst with this wall splat.
Oh, the 5D connect.
But we're definitely not going to be decking out here for Macho. Trying to bait out a burst probably with that 5P there, but didn't properly time it. We have no card. We only have one card available to us. We're very low on mana too. That'll be it.
All right, Macho able to take it all the way to a game 5. Fantastic work here from Macho. Science versus, I guess, brain versus brawn is what this is.
I think that's accurate. I mean, you do need to have some brawn if you're just swinging that anchor around like it's nothing.
I mean, May is pretty good at finances, right? She does all the finances for the Jellyfish Pirates, so.
Right. Honestly, like, if you think about it, with how heavy that anchor probably is, like, we gotta be, like, as jacked as Soul, right? Like, we're hiding something under that hoodie.
It's the Japanese powers. All the Japanese and Guilty Gear are built different.
You're so right. Okay, coming through. There we go. I'm surprised we were able to, like, perfectly time that throw as well, so we weren't in the middle of a block string. It's just so hectic. Yet again to regain control. Oh my god, the 3K!
Into the YRC immediately. Oh, nice 6P there on the Dolphin attempt.
What do we even do? We hardly have any meter. We're just going to be drained of it. And Macho knows that. Like, I'm not going to approach. I'm just going to continue to go to send out all these spells there from full screen. That was the game plan. And Macho is seeing it through to fruition. Another fantastic round start here for Macho to put totsubunger at bay and just cycle through our deck to get the right cards. I like that we're also using that explosion preemptively as well, just to make sure that we can catch an attempted 3K or Totsugeki if totsubunger wants to be impatient and approach Macho.
He's gonna draw some cards here though. Able to get the guard crush card. Nice, using the up dolphin actually to get over the cube. Totsubunger gonna be able to get rid of all that mana with the wall break, positive bonus.
Oh god, yeah, this is really scary now. Macho has been looking good for the majority of this round, but it can swing just like that. Totsubunger, trying to play this one safe. Yeah, there's the Totsugeki RC, double RC. He did get that mana back just at the end of that combo, but still not enough to keep us alive.
And it's final game, final round between these two. One of them is moving on to top 24. Macho with the first blood.
Explosion once again. Make sure that we can keep totsubunger in check. Yeah, go for the super. What do we have? Those are really the best spells. Okay, these are a little bit better here. That's a big block speed. No, not yet. Actually, just going to cycle that one away.
Oh, trying to go for the overhead, just a little too far away for it to actually connect. Deep dash in, trying to go for that throw. And totsubunger tried to bait out the burst, but Macho got it gold.
Oh no, yeah, there's the 5P PRC. Unfortunately, I think we tried to go for the RC there to pop Macho up high, and totsubunger will be doing exactly that now with the 2H to close it off. That's going to be the win.
Humanity feels guilty about it, so there you go. Guilty Gear, the more you know.
Yeah, it's like how Ragna is the Blaze Blue.
I don't even know what a Blaze Blue is.
Dude, honestly, I don't even know either. I've not even cared to look up the lore for that game. only reason why I know the lore of this game is because of Wooly Versus making that long compilation of Guilty Gear lore. It is really good, by the way. I do recommend it.
Friend of the show. Oh, nice with the mix. Left, right. Bro, how many are we going to get?
sending Joe Brownie through the blender quite literally there as he mix Joe Brownie up. And what a round here for Odriman.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Alright, trying to set. Oh, I like that. The guard command there, actually. Now we have Odriman sandwiched in the corner here. Stuck between a rock and a hard place.
This whipping can become scary here for Faust. We don't have a lot when it comes to defensive options, especially against a character that can just so easily lock you down with these minions. Joe Brownie going to gain the wall break off of this super, and we're going to be having positive bonus with full minion gauge. This is a very difficult thing to get out of, but Odriman will do it with the poke of the scalpel. Backdash though from Joe Brownie, perfectly timed, avoiding the forward slash there. And Odriman now just tossing these bombs from full screen, but they're not really going to properly reach there as Joe Brownie kicks it back into Odriman's face.
Yeah, just needs to find that last touch, and there it is with the 6P. And chat says, BlazBlue is the idea engine harnessing the power of the boundary.
And no idea what any of those words mean.
Anything to me, brother.
What does that even mean? And I commentate BlazBlue all the time. I'm a fraud, that's what I am.
Yeah, none of those words are in the Bible, okay?
Odriman giving Joe Brownie a new haircut.
Oh, okay, the 2K2D able to swap sides, and this is a big downside here for Faust. When you have the Afro on, it does make that already tall hurt box even taller.
Critical health right now. Very scary now that you have to deal with this minion pressure. A throw from Joe Brownie will be getting us into a safe, a knockdown, and a deflect shield attempt from Odriman on Wake Up will get blown up by that final throw from Joe Brownie.
Does BlazBlue also have like Ragna clones the way that KOF has Kyo clones?
No.
Okay.
He's I mean, you don't really want a Ragna clone to be honest.
I don't know anything about Ragna. I just know that he's the Blood Edge.
He's there's like layers to Ragna. Well, I mean, I guess it depends. Like, are you talking about like how the character plays or how he is in the lore?
In the lore. I want to know about the lore.
I don't know.
What are the beasts? The beasts are the gears. That's what the beasts are.
All I know, he has like a million sisters.
A million sisters.
And they all want to kill him.
That's crazy. What did bro do, bro?
Hey, Raph in the chat, he'll probably tell us. Anyways, Joe Brownie getting the super off. That's going to be a lot of damage. The super is known for doing quite a lot. Still not enough to kill, though. The scaling is quite tough, not in Joe Brownie's favor. But Joe Brownie's this round has been in Joe Brownie's favor this entire time, so we don't have to worry too much about that as we go into this next one. Round start J2K from Odriman, instantly getting blocked from Joe Brownie as we just walk back and play it safe. Scalpel going to kill both of those clones, but I really like how we just go for the shield follow-up on these clones in response to Odriman's pokes with the Scalpel.
Yeah, just trying to get away from that bomb, is able to do it. Sending out the minion once again with that guard command. This time, Odriman does not bite on the 5K and just trying to play around Mini Faust. There he is, forcing the block and allowing Odriman to get some offense started.
I like that. I like those jumps from Joe Brownie. Oh yeah, and Joe Brownie, you gotta block that the entire time because if you get pushed back right to that banana, you're going to get put into a really difficult position. And now you are in a difficult position because Afro is about to explode. Okay, just a 10 from Odriman, but Joe Brownie going to blow that one up here. J2K blocked out. Mix to the other side. Burst from Joe Brownie, get himself out, but Odriman going right back to Joe Brownie's location with the Scarecrow. Mix takes us to the corner. Mini Faust is out, and Mini Faust is mad, but Joe Brownie once again so aware of these items from Odriman and avoiding them efficiently.
Oh, and there it is. Immediately into the wild saw, catches the backdash with the JD straight into the bone-crushing excitement.
Breaking those toes, so Joe Brownie can't walk again. Next round here for Odriman. If we take this one, this is going to be evening us up in the set. That's what we're looking for. These minions are going to make it difficult. Great match though. 5P on defense, taking us back to mid-screen. Eating the Afro. Yeah, we don't want that right now. Ooh, backing up. Ooh, what a J2K! That was really smart too, because Joe Brownie tried to go for that 2K TV that we've been going for. That would have just low crushed it entirely. Odriman going for the bag toss. We still have Afro on deck. I still don't think we really want to use it here. So I think we're just going to gamble on just regular items. Mix has been giving Odriman so much to work with. I'm actually surprised we've been able to consistently open up Joe Brownie with that move.
Yeah, it's been working out phenomenally well and allowed Odriman to tie things up 1-1. Again, this is the final top 24 qualifier match. Winner of this has one more game until they get into top 8 on the winner's side. So there is a lot at stake here, especially as this pot keeps going up in the match arena.
Duel 1.
Also, I really like too how Odriman plays a little bit different from other Faust. I feel like we're just using Scarecrow as a movement option way more than other ones do. We're not even backing it with RC, which most Faust players usually like to do, because if you fast cancel RC, it becomes like a very hard to react to mix-up. But no, instead we're just using it as a way to get in close to the Jacko when they try to create space with the minions. Okay, blocking this all out. Fortunately for Jacko, we don't really have a lot when it comes to high-low mix-ups. We're just going for a lot of mids and hoping that you just get chipped out, lose all your meter in the process.
Oh, wow. Actually canceling the 2D there into the golf club. Gonna be able to do a little bit of a frame trap there onto Joe Brownie. Charging up the scaffold, dash on in, gets the 2K. Bananas are on the field.
Yeah, giving Joe Brownie a little bit of a snack here, because you've been in this quarter for so long. You might as well have some food to go along with it. And Odriman actually eats the hammer. That's going to be very relevant here, because that can be a way to clear these minions out if we're in a tough spot. YRC, and that will blow up all of them, and now sends out the hammer. Also tosses out the bomb, and we're going to take a minute. Yeah, okay, we're not going to toss it over to Joe Brownie's location, because we do not want the bomb tossed back to us. Bomb yet again. We got Afro on deck.
What is going on here? This is just a projectile war. Raph coming on in with the $5 into the match rail as the Afro gets set on fire. Ooh, the Scarecrow not able to cross up.
I love that play too. Using the Scarecrow, because Joe Brownie had the Afro on fire, so they had to respect the Scarecrow, even though they didn't have RC to make it a fast cancel. Okay, 6P will clear that minion. Joe Brownie going to send out another one here. Will hit Odriman. A little bit here. We got 2 minions on Odriman right now. And a throw is probably going to be a third one. Yeah, we got 3 minions now.
Elysium driver through the wall. Positive bonus now for Joe Brownie. These two still neck and neck.
Now we've evened up the round count yet again. Game number 3. Both players do have it first. Round start. Oh, and the micro walk back from Odriman puts him at the perfect space to get that punish there against Joe Brownie. A big combo, however. And I like also that minion toss. We've been seeing a little bit of that from Joe Brownie, and that can be a way to stop Odriman trying to approach with something like mix, and also prevents them from using that bomb bag very effectively, especially if we go for the shield follow-up.
Oh my goodness, an absolutely despicable use of the minions there to get the coast-to-coast juggle, breaking the wall as well.
6H does get blocked. Charge up with the scalpel for the guard crush. JD, Elysium driver. Are we in the middle of something? Yes, we are. Is this enough to kill? No, it is not. But the RC will guarantee that Joe Brownie can take that round and take the game. Now going up 1 game over Odriman and taking the lead.
Phenomenal work that we're seeing here from these two players. Joe Brownie trying to make a case here for Jacko. I mean, it is Halloween week, right? Gotta make it happen this week, if any time.
Yeah, absolutely. Joe Brownie is trying to make it into top 24 winner's side, I believe, right? So that Jacko representation up there, that will be quite big for the season. Shield follow once again. Yeah, just preventing Odriman from poking and clearing these minions really effectively. But we are low on that minion gauge, so we do have to be a little bit careful with how we spend it, especially now that Odriman has been able to close that distance with the Scarecrows, and the mix does open up Joe Brownie with that cross-up.
All right, immediate burst didn't want to weather the storm there of 3 minions and a Jacko. Oh, but the J2K ends up losing out. Unfortunate. Doesn't matter, though. 6H gets the mortal counter into a huge pickup.
Yeah, that's crazy. 6H counter hit to beat out that 2D attempt. Scalpel pulling in Joe Brownie for another mix-up. That's going to avoid the Elysium driver, but it does push Joe Brownie just far enough to where that mix doesn't hit on the other side. Trumpets do get that pickup, however, and Joe Brownie did not know that the trumpet was activated, so didn't respect it. And Odriman getting that get out of jail free card.
Odriman now on the verge of taking this to yet another Game 5, countless Game 5s tonight. We're going to see another classic here. Multiple minions on screen. Oh, too far away, actually. I think we were trying to press the minion, but didn't realize that we were just in front of it. Ugh.
For that run up, 2K Banana going to make sure that Joe Brownie stays locked down in the way coming from above. Once again catches Joe Brownie as they try to escape the corner. Fast cancel into the command grab. Afro is on deck. We lit it on fire as well. Get a new Afro here. And the tap dust. The extension because of the Afro explosion and straight into the super. Is this enough? Will this kill?
Absolutely
yes,
does, which takes us all the way to a game number 5. So many classic matches tonight already, and we haven't even gotten to top 8 yet.
Dude, this is crazy. I think okay, this is the 5th set we've seen tonight, right? And I believe like 3 of them have been Game 5s. One of them has been a 3-0, and the other one was a 3-1. Like, the competition is just so tight tonight, and that's what we like to see here on Guilty Gear Strive here tonight on a wonderful Monday. Odriman going to be tossing out that bomb. A great item to start early off with as well, and I like the usage of the 6H to make sure that we can force Odriman to respect it and not have opportunities to set up these minions. A perfect 2K anti-air as well, hitting at the upper reaches of that move. Eats the trumpet. Does not want to worry about that now. Throws it, gets rid of it, and then cycles that into the mini bounce. H for the wall break. Joe Brownie in a rock and a hard place. J2K attempt to maybe go for another low crush there on Joe Brownie, and there's that mix-up coming through. Mix lands, and a simple 5P will do the job. Odriman on set point over Joe Brownie right now.
Finish the job.
Perfectly timed scalpel, perfectly timed 5K. We are not allowed to have any minions on the screen.
You saw that backdash too when the 100-ton weight landed? Odriman is absolutely ready for every scenario right now, shutting down these minions at every single avenue. Dashing on in now that they're gone. Oh, but trying to go for the snip. Ended up getting blown up for it.
Good blocks, but the double overhead does open up Odriman, and we're going to be able to get that combo conversion because of the minions on the field. Elysium driver now. Chunk of damage there, positive bonus for Joe Brownie, and a hard knockdown run up. Deflect shield from Odriman will work and put Joe Brownie just at bay, so we can go for that overhead scarecrow.
Minion pressure just keeps coming through. Nice throw attempt there, but ends up getting teched by Odriman. Staying alive here in this round, slowly but surely building up burst. This is a difficult comeback to make, right? Joe Brownie with burst available and over 50 tension. You really are going to have to lock in, but this could be the start of it.
Yeah, absolutely. No hard knockdown, however. It's okay, though. We do have 50-meter available. We're trying to go for the J2K, but I think this is the first time that Joe Brownie has punished it with a 6P Super PRC into the command grab. Joe Brownie now has the Afro in hand, and now we have to respect it. We don't have meter for a reversal super just yet. We do have burst, and once he uses it, tries to go for another cheeky command grab. Gold burst comes out. Positive bonus here over at Scarecrow. RC to keep it going, and the double overhead. Joe Brownie blocking the first one, but not the second one, and Odriman taking out the Jacko, setting them down to losers. No, we are not having a wonderful Halloween.
Baiken 5P equals nuke.
Her 5P is quite good. Her 5P is a nuke.
It is a pretty good button. But here we go now. Oh, speaking of 5Ps, both of them clashing with that one right there.
Just fist bumping here on around star. totsubunger 5K pushing GSL into the corner. Flash kick there, just a little bit of space. totsubunger setting up the beach ball.
Oh, trying to escape with a JD, but immediately eats that close slash.
2K2D, double dolphin. The 5B to check. GSL trying to approach. PRC in. PRC to take back that turn. Flash kick gets baited. got this right here. Yeah, there's the side swap with that combo, and totsubunger is going to run away with round 1. Totsugeki in, gets blocked.
Oh, nice with the 2K into the 6K. 2D gonna connect, immediately going into that RC. Don't blame totsubunger for bursting there one bit.
Good punch there with the 2K, 3K into the knockdown, and actually gets the overhead cross up as well. GSL mashing on wake up. There's a throw. Now we're in back turn stance. Totsubunger, what do? Blocks the overhead, blocks the guard crush, but doesn't block the third overhead. But totsubunger now, one touch away. Here we go. What's it going to be? GSL in a position to win. Getting a little bit of that meter with the fireball as well. Into the air throw. And now we are even up here in game number 2. GSL backdashing away, getting caught by the 5K, however, trying to shimmy around the screen even more. 5K will be giving us that wall break.
Definitely burst gauge well spent, but GSL gonna give totsubunger a taste of their own medicine. This time breaking the wall with a super though. Hard knockdown, positive bonus. It's time for the train to leave the station.
But it's a little scary here because totsubunger does have 200 meter. Okay, going to spend 100 of it there on that PRC, getting themselves out of the corner, but not for long as GLC just belligerently mashes right on out. Flash kick on the 6H, that's big here. Bring that momentum back in GSL's favor. 2D counter hit, and yep, there is the red RC cancel, just so we can bait out that burst.
With the Majima avatar too, I like it.
Definitely in the spirit of Majima with a character like Leo. Or would it be Kiryu? I don't even know.
Leo? I don't know. I feel like Leo feels...
You can play so crazy with Leo.
You can, but I don't know. He doesn't give me Majima, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no. I guess not.
Oh, there's the burst. He doesn't give me Kiryu though either. He's not as serious.
No, definitely not Kiryu.
Majima from Zero, you know what? That's actually pretty good.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too. Anyways, here 6H. That is so much damage there on a GSL. He could make a comeback potentially if he found a hit with that back turn stance, but unfortunately, no dice. Taking it in return. Let's go for these Totsugeki's. Surprisingly, we're not really mashing against them and taking our turn back here.
Oh, nice for the overhead.
Go for the wall break. Yeah.
Oh, man. I gotta say, YouTube chat is absolutely right. No, Leo gives Akiyama energy. That's who he is.
Oh, yeah, there you go, there you go. Got dash out. No.
5K, just trying to reach out with that. Great just defend on the run through with the throw punish.
Unfortunately, totsubunger going to be whiffing that throw. 5P mash on the back turn H.
Didn't have the meter to go for the super, so just had to go for the axe kick to get the wall break with that positive bonus.
Still fine, totsubunger just mashing that bar S. Things going. Yeah, you gotta be very cognizant of how that FD is just pushing you back, and GSL having to end that turn a little bit earlier than I think they wanted. Throw on the run through. J2K. Yeah, that's going to be the burst from GSL because that combo definitely would have been enough to kill with the RC cancel. Just enough into the super. I think it is.
Oh, it's absolutely enough. That super chunks your health bar. And gaysexlegend, the valiant GSL, is up 2-0 here against totsubunger. The valiant Canadian team kill. Sad to see.
Now, it has to happen at some point in the bracket. I mean, these players are just too good. These players are just too good. But yeah, no, only one can stay on the winner side of this bracket. They do have that losers run set up for them though later on if they, if they can make it to top 8. I mean, they just need to win one more, right? So they're pretty well positioned regardless. I think the loser of this one has to play against either Luri or Luna.
We'll see what's it going to come out to. GSL being hyper aggressive already right off the bat, playing so incredibly clean tonight. The decision making is on point. Gonna burst to try and keep totsubunger there in the corner, and a great reaction with the PRC to prevent the punish.
Charge 6H, that's going to be taking GSL to the wall. Will it be the wall break? Yes, it will. totsubunger just going to break it with a simple 5P. It's an advantage that we have built up so far. GSL in critical health and great blocks on these back turn stances. Like GSL, once we get into back turn stance, it can be scary, but totsubunger has been so effectively able to block these out and also so brave and willing to press with these 5Ps or these 2Ps to interrupt GSL in the process, because if you can hit in back turn, you are put back into regular stance. Open that GSL is looking for, and without that wall splat as well, that is perfect. Wall slump as well here. Oh, the super, that's gonna kill totsubunger for sure. How dare you try to press 5P? And I was gassing up totsubunger for doing that exact thing.
Yeah, but just the death shot there, waiting for the button press. And the best part is even if they were able to block it, you were still gonna be plus right in totsubunger's face.
We're so back. Wall slump pressure, season 2 strive, y'all. Dark crash.
Blocking overhead.
Really consistent blocks on these overhead. 6P. Yeah, 2K TV.
I also love the FD blinking that we're seeing there from totsubunger as well. Steve still doing the FD blinking, just trying to push out GSL, and finally pushes them out enough to get a punish with the red Roman cancel into a wall break.
Yeah, and you really have to, because you see that GSL is going for riskier options because we're getting pushed out so far by these FDs from totsubunger. And that's going to be the back turn stance. Dust, parry. No, the burst gets baited. totsubunger just ready for it. And that's going to prevent the perfect 3-0 from GSL, as totsubunger is still going to stay alive. Are we going to be seeing yet another game 5? That is certainly on the table.
I mean, it's definitely a possibility here. totsubunger is the kind of player who definitely gets much more dangerous when their back is up against the wall, when they have one life remaining here in winner's side. I want to see it go the distance. I want to see a game 5 between these two.
I know that both of these, I know that the crowd is rooting for both of these players as well. You can see they're both fan favorites. Only one can move forward into winner's side, top 8. totsubunger is going to be already setting that aggression and setting us off to a great pace already. GSL is having to spend that burst off that DP punish, but totsubunger now in the corner. Even worse position here after GSL's burst.
Sage, clean, totsubunger keeping the life lead here. Uh-oh. No, totsubunger, you're supposed to go in! We don't do any of that good sportsman crap here. Go for the throat.
No, totsubunger, you better not lose, because you got your back up against the wall here. Okay, JS coming down. That's going to be cracking GSL open. Gain the knockdown as well. And the PRC instant cancel. JP catches the GSL. We're really ready to convert off it. That was a jump scare and a half.
I'm about to steal that Tekken online tournament, pretend my controller disconnected, just stand still.
Dude,
so they stop their offense.
Yep.
Oh, wow, the immediate parry. Straight into the super. The big pizza cutter, scoring the positive bonus.
Oh, yeah, and there's the FD once again pushing out GSL. So I think GSL just felt like they had to go for that close slash stagger pressure.
Oh, this is so scary, though. 100 meter. No RC.
I'm surprised, too, but I think we're just banking on the fact that totsubunger was not going to be going for that burst. But yeah, no, like you said, like, no RC, so that could have been death right there.
All right, set point now for totsubunger, or excuse me, for GSL. totsubunger, what a challenge there after that just defense. The just defense on the run-throughs have been mental.
GSL on his last legs. You might be seeing a game 5, but that counter hit, close slash. He's going to be doing the work here for totsubunger. Burst comes out. So totsubunger, I don't think will have burst for the remainder of this set unless GSL just gets like 2 wall breaks or something like that, but that's definitely not going to happen. Really waiting long on that burst, not finishing our food, and GSL getting to keep that burst.
No way. One more mix. Great block. A block on the low with the 2D as well. RC is spent. The GSL builds up another bar.
No more bar available to us. Try to go for that parry. Burst is still on the table, and this time totsubunger trying to finish their food. Does get hit by it. GSL has one more opportunity to make this happen. totsubunger after still is building up. GSL no. Knocked down, but we can't get the kill with the OTG, but that BRC to move right in, and we got a game number 5.
All the way to the final game, going the distance, the final bell here for our top 8 winner side qualifier. To give you all an update on the flip side as well, Marvelo with a 3-0 victory over Odriman, sitting in winner side top 8. We're about to get the final winner side competitor here, GSL or totsubunger.
Oh man, I do not envy Odriman having to play the Chipp matchup as Faust. totsubunger here, already getting that knockdown in, throwing gaysexlegend into the corner. That's going to reverse gaysexlegend, not wanting to give totsubunger that wall break.
Crazy lumps of damage here, Free Willy.
God, that health bar is blood red on the side of GSL. totsubunger running in for another throw, but that was very tricky right there, not getting the right angle with that 6H.
Great slide on in. Now the tables have turned. totsubunger is the one sitting at set point. Big whip there on the 5H. Gets the burst out of totsubunger.
This is big. But totsubunger has been so good when it comes to this FD blinking. Still, though, we are very low on meter. So, you know, I think we're just trying to save that meter in the process as well. Yeah, this FD blinking is pushing GSL far enough away to where totsubunger has enough room to breathe, and GSL has to go for a little bit more risky options to keep that stagger pressure up and going. But we don't have to worry about any stagger pressure, as we're definitely going to be staggering us into a game number, round number 3 here. Final game, final round. All these players playing so great, but what a counter into another counter.
No. And look at all that damage before burst even came back. Both of them getting burst at the exact same time. Beautiful flash kick. Totsu stuck in the corner, nowhere to run. Might have to burst just to get a little bit of breathing room.
The comeback is still certainly possible. That is back turn stance into mid screen. It's definitely you can definitely work against that. Sasuke so willing to match there with the 5Ps as well. Run up, throw into the super OTG. GSL gaysexlegend is your winner of this set. It has Zanya Slayer.
And this is a top 8 loser side qualifier as well. It is going to be the Faust versus the Goldlewis. A matchup that I feel like can be kind of rough for Faust, right? Obviously, Behemoth Typhoon is so good at just catching this dude, especially if he wants to go up into the air for tossing things like the Love Bomb. But Odriman making it look easy right now.
But at the same time, Goldlewis is a big body, and Faust does like big bodies because that gives him a lot more room to work with when it comes to structuring his pressure. But yeah, once we get that Behemoth Typhoon up and running, which we haven't been able to get that pressure up and running, you know, it can be quite tough, like you said, because Faust, once again, has very limited options when it comes to playing defense. And there's going to be the burn it down, saying the satellite laser on Odriman. Walk on wake up because of the banana peel as well here. Ooh, trying to get really tricky there with the Scarecrow into the command grab, but Lasagna Slayer jumping right on over.
Straight to the next round here. Round start, goes for the empty jump into the 2P. Remember, Goldlewis lost a lot of utility for the fact that his air behemoths no longer cause knockdowns, right? That means that he has to play neutral a lot more often, and Faust has pretty good neutral, all things considered.
Right, I mean, he has some very big buttons. And, you know, if you're getting the right items as well, like we saw with the mini Faust, like we're seeing with the hammer as well, it's definitely going to be a little bit tough to try and get past all these projectiles using the golf club to toss that mini Faust towards Lasagna Slayer. Even though we found the hit, we have to instantly respect it. Lasagna Slayer still getting that pickup, however. No meter to really confirm that side swap, but we will be getting it with the drone.
Gonna put the Afro on, set it on fire immediately with that JD. You're kidding me. Happy accident and you would have been dead. Still dead, but.
Yeah, it did interrupt Lasagna Slayer for just a little bit, so Odriman did have one more opportunity. But yeah, I mean, we just go for the 2H again. Why not?
I cannot believe that 2H actually connected. I fully believe that was a Behemoth Typhoon that just did not hit its mark.
Yeah, but the really funny thing too is that like Goldlewis's buttons are just so big that like he can mess up his Behemoth Typhoon and still kind of get like a, you know, the same general thing he's looking for.
Duel 1.
Okay, Lasagna Slayer with the lead. And that's going to be the backdash from Odriman. 6P. Just making sure that Lasagna Slayer respects him there from round start. Toss out the hammer, so Lasagna Slayer having to block it. Behemoth Typhoon does come out. That would have been a very deadly trade. The weight coming down in the middle of Lasagna Slayer minigun, and we're just constantly getting interrupted during our combos.
Oh, great pickup. Actually, I think you're dead. No, not quite. Just a little bit too much scaling there on the combo. But chip damage is going to be a factor. You have to FD literally everything if you're even forced to block. Oh, good night.
Down with the system. Coming through.
Good night, sweet prince.
Oh, that was pretty smart deflection right there. Unfortunately, though, Scalpel a little too slow to actually get a punish off of it. Meteors, yep, perfect. Legendary pool right there. Definitely not happening for the remainder of the set, though. I think that's like the only meteor that I've seen for Odriman during this tournament. Such a difficult spot to be in, but Odriman's still holding strong. Double overhead, catching Lasagna Slayer, tossing them into the corner for the mix up here. Blocking it though. Punish on the Behemoth Typhoon. Hammer comes out. Lasagna Slayer has to block it, trying to jump out of the corner. 6H as well. Mix, picking up the donut. Down with the system. Does it land? Yes, it does.
Putting Odriman in the coffin. 2-0 lead here for Lasagna Slayer, ready to swing this behemoth all the way through to top 8.
Man, the world is really looking for another Faust in a top 8. Lurie is one of them. I think he's still on Faust, right? And then
yes, yeah.
We got Odriman here as well. We'll see. We will see. But, you know, there could potentially also be 2 Goldlewises in top 8. It's like the Yu-Gi-Oh meme where like there's two paths you could take. You got like the good side where you just have the sunny side with 2 Fausts in top 8 and the other side with 2 Goldlewises in top 8.
Oh, but it's looking like it might end up being 2 Goldlewises here. Beautiful back throw there from Lasagna Slayer. Pressure is on once again, trying to escape. Just flying out of the corner.
The bomb from behind. Right, Trumpet is active. I think Odriman's just going to continue pressing these buttons and walk slowly back into the Trumpet. Toss out the Afro. Afro is now active. That is very relevant. I think we're just trying to, set it on fire with the bomb. But you burn it down and it's going to interrupt Odriman from keeping that pressure up and running. Good luck on the overhead. 2K into the Behemoth Typhoon. That's not dead. Okay. I was scared for a moment. If we had 50 meter, it probably could have been though.
Possibly with a fully churned down with the system. Man, Odriman staying incredibly airborne in this round going into this game, and it's been working out pretty nicely because the moment that they're grounded, you're blocking all of these Behemoth Typhoons and gets clipped by the drone. It's set point for Lasagna.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Set point it is. Round start 6P trying to beat those classic round start options from Faust. Mix in. Yeah, trying to get away from the bomb. Sets up another bomb as well. trumpet, so we do have that available to us. So we want to make sure that we're the ones grabbing it. So we want to create a little bit of space, get that knockdown, toss out another bomb. Sure, why not? What are these? What is this item luck we're seeing from Odriman right now?
Oh, burst is gonna be blocked. Lasagna Slayer stuck there, sending out the orbital lasers. What?
Easy save, but now we're in a rock in a hard place.
The trade with the 2S and the J2K hits its mark with surgical precision. Odriman staying alive for another round.
And mix, cross up, mix, take us to the other side of the screen. Mini Faust does get activated and sent straight into Lasagna Slayer's face. Mini Faust, what against what? Okay, dude, this item look is legendary now. It's like the universe wants Odriman to win right now. We got Mini Faust, we got the Afro. We did get the Afro applied to ourselves, but I think it's okay because this combo is going to be setting us up into a very good situation with Meteors as well. Unfortunately, not able to get the maximum usage out of them. The 6P attempt.
Here, fully charged to get the guard crush. A little taste of Goldlewis's own medicine. The backdash is caught by the behemoth. Double air behemoth there, even after the deflect shield.
It's the low, trying to close it out with that final hit, thinking we were right there on the cusp of it. But Lasagna Slayer also on the cusp of victory. We find one big hit, the risk is building up, the damage is building up, and the worst, he was baited. And that will be the final nail in the coffin for Odriman's run here. Starting off with winners semis match 1. Jack versus Marvelo, Chipp versus Happy Chaos, and this is not a terrible matchup here. Like, Chipp, I think, plays way better into this matchup than most other characters in the cast. I think it really comes down to his incredibly fast movement speed that can get past those early gunshots before curse is applied.
Yeah, exactly. And early is the name of the game, right? You want to get the burst out of Happy Chaos as early as possible. You want to get the knockdown as early as possible. You cannot allow a character that's the caliber of Jack with this character, or a player of the caliber of Jack with this character, to get early momentum like he is right now.
Yeah, you know, Happy Chaos, not the highest damaging character either, so Chipp can survive a lot longer against Happy Chaos than other characters as well, so it doesn't hurt nearly as bad if you can get opened up, but this does quite hurt the fact that Jack will be taking round number 1, and also I believe, yeah, preserving most of that burst as well, as that match did last for a good amount of time there. Marvelo starting off things strong once again, setting up the tightrope for this mix. Good blocks from Jack, but trying to press a button, gets counter hit, and that's going to be the wall slide into the wall break here for Marvelo with some big damage.
Oh, dash up, just checking with that 2K, but Jack immediately going for the mix-up, getting the burst out of Marvelo. You tell Marvelo wants to close out this round as quickly as possible. That's going to be easier said than done once you're sent through the wall with the Deus Ex Machina.
Hard knockdown, but no concentration for Jack, so we can't just slam down those bullets just yet. You can see we went for one shot, thinking we had enough gauge, enough meter left, but that meter immediately ran out, so no more concentration, no more bullets, and Marvelo could go right in.
Sage.
Ooh, we're gonna try to go for the 6K overhead, but Jack jumping right on over and punishing Marvelo for that option. Positive bonus here for Jack, running right up. Tightrope has been set up though, so you can't just run on the tightrope so easily with this curse as well. 2K, 2D, roll. Marvelo getting double crossed up, and Jack is going to be sending him through the wall.
Hard knockdown, positive bonus. Here comes the mix-up. YRC just to negate it altogether. Look at that, Marvelo just taking that moment to pause, to evaluate how you're going to approach. Has to spend the burst there to stay alive. And the shove, too, shoving right off of the tightrope.
Yeah, you can see how brave Marvelo is, running right in even with curse on a line, because the gunshots are fast, but, you know, sometimes it can still be quite tough to pull out that gun in time with Chipp running up in your face. Unfortunately, though, Marvelo will be dropping that first game to Jack, as Jack stays undefeated in this bracket tonight. Are we going to be seeing a character swap is the question. I do think Chipp is a pretty solid pick, like I mentioned before, for all the reasons, like the fast movement speed, pretty decent damage here, and yeah, Marvelo still staying on to the Chipp.
Yep.
I know he's like
Marvelo's not going to really switch off. He does have a Slayer,
right.
but I don't think the Slayer has been in practice as of late.
Ooh, and I don't think Slayer is that good. Is really that good into Happy Chaos. You can get some really swingy matches for sure, though, with how much damage Slayer can output. Chipp always pretty solid. Honestly, like pretty good, like well positioned in the meta as well.
Yeah, I just feel like you're not seeing him succeed at that really high level because while he does have so many good tools, he just kind of crumbles, right? That's the biggest issue with him. He doesn't have the mix-up potential that Milia has. His neutral game is phenomenal, but the moment that he gets hit, he just dies.
I mean, it really just comes down to incredibly strong and safe grounded pressure. I think that's like the name of the game with that character. Oh no, an unfortunate FD that pushes Marvelo too far away, thinking he could follow it up with the 2S there, and Jack going to be punishing for it. I like the 5P as well, checking Marvelo, trying to get onto the tightrope. Right there with 2D, sends out the super. That's going to be wall break here for Marvelo.
Yeah, let's see if we can get some momentum off of this now with this hard knockdown. Staggered pressure, trying to look for some kind of a button press, but Jack is just ready, has the FDs on point just to push you out far enough to go for that far slash.
YRC in. Tightrope to avoid the curse, okay. But still, we need to find a hit, and the Jack is the first one to find it. 100-meter on the table, but I don't think we can kill with this combo because we didn't have enough fools in the chamber to extend it.
And that's going to be another game in Jack's favor. Just pure domination here from Jack. It's exactly what you expect when you tune into TNS. I mean, look. All right. It's not a prediction. It's a spoiler. Jack's going to be in grand finals.
Right. Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. We all love Jack. Jack's cool. But, you know, as a spectator, we want to see someone upset Jack, especially before winners finals. Like seeing Jack get that winners grand final spot, as always, is always so deflating. Knowing you get 2 sets in the reset to even take grands. You see if Marvelo can do it. A reverse 3-0 has happened before, but Marvelo unfortunately is looking really rough here, starting off this next round.
I believe, though, Marvelo, one of the best Chipp players in all of North America, just needs to find the momentum here and ride that wave. But it seems to be cut short at every single angle. There it is, burst coming out from Jack. But Marvelo has a lot of ground to cover.
Oh, we tried to press the button. I think that was a 2K to check Marvelo, or maybe on a run-up. But Marvelo going to be smoking him with the counter hit. Yeah, we're going to want to keep this corner position. 6P putting that whole neck into it, and Marvelo getting counter hit. That's going to be one more mix-up that Jack resets it into the Deus Ex Machina. And Jack now on set point. Marvelo almost has that first back, but gotta really ask yourself, how useful is that going to be right now? Marvelo now going to be getting that first hit, drawing that first blood. A perfect tech there on the clone with the 2P. Jack rolling right through with the cross up and catching Marvelo open one more time into the super. That's going to be another wall break.
Yeah, just one more solid confirm here. A burst bait, and it's all over for Marvelo. Jack trying to speed run this bracket. Beautiful RC interactions there, but Marvelo was unable to catch Jack while he was out of focus.
Jack's had enough of all of these game number 5s here, wanting to get some 3-0s here for us tonight. That might be a possibility, but Marvelo with that opening does not want to let that happen. No burst comes out, and no, that was not enough to get the kill. First now set. Marvelo eyeing that burst. No, I don't think this one will kill just yet.
Hold on, it breaks the wall.
Holding my breath.
It kills. No, it doesn't. You
No, I told you it's not. The scaling was a little too much at the start of that combo, but you gotta FD everything.
No. He really went straight into steady aim stance. The balls, for one, when Marvelo has 100 tension and burst, and then just cancels it into 2S the moment that he sees Marvelo standing. You have got to be kidding.
Too much when you're having to eat some counter hit coffins. So we'll see how that timing comes into play, and it might come into play more so like during the string rather than on the wake up, because also setting up the drone is going to be very important here for RedIAmNot.
Why Wild Assault to kick off the entire set? What's the chaser?
2D checking it with the 2P. And that's an instant burst from GSL, not wanting to be put into the corner against Goldlewis immediately. Speaking of things that are happening immediately, that is going to be a wall break very soon for GSL, already putting us into positive bonus. RedIAmNot now in the corner, trying to set up the level 3 drone, but actually getting interrupted in the startup of that move by that S Fireball.
Oh, okay. Good blocks here so far from GSL, but you can't block forever. You need to figure out a way to swing back. Instead, it's going to get tossed. Nice flash kick. Wasn't a safe enough jump.
Back kill. Oh my god.
Just triple behemoth. Send it.
Great counter here for GSL. That would definitely have been a wall break, or at least a... Oh no. We try to parry right through the drone. Did not end up working out. Counter hit though with the flash kick. Sending RedIAmNot to the other side, to the east coast here. Stance just going for the regular low and going for the wall slump pressure. Not wanting to let RedIAmNot back into mid-screen. But that might be your biggest mistake, because RedIAmNot can weaponize the corner in his favor. Getting that wall break and getting that positive bonus for himself. Catching GSL, trying to go for the instant run through after the wall break, and RedIAmNot stealing that game away.
Yeah, I love that 5K stomping on the toes. If anything, Red is very practiced in this matchup, playing some of the best Leo Whitefang players on planet Earth. And you can see that practice coming through here. GSL gonna have to try and bring something new to the table. Chainsaw Blood, that's a good song. Shouts to Vondi.
I'm assuming that's a Chainsaw Man song.
Yeah, it's the first ending song, the Chainsaw Man.
Oh, I see. I haven't watched it yet. So I know the movie is out. Okay, not 6B. The poke there from RedIAmNot. 2D counter hit here for GSL. Take that the full distance to the west coast. It ain't 10:30 over there.
Oh.
And I think trying to bait out an attempt of attempted throw tech from RedIAmNot, but RedIAmNot not biting. Flash kick, Red RC. We're just spending all of our resources here on RedIAmNot's block, and it does end up working out there for GSL.
Start trying to go for that 5K once again to try and catch GSL rushing forward. Great hard point on the Behemoth swinging on in, and now GSL starting to build some of this momentum, even getting the burst out of Red.
Trying to parry through these drones, but too many hits there, especially on level 3, makes it really hard to do so. 2D Red RC, now we're in Goldlewis's face. That's going to be a trade. You never want to be taking a trade with a Behemoth Typhoon, as that usually gives RedIAmNot a really good knockdown. Catches the backdash. Into the super. Is this enough? No, it isn't. Goldlewis has way too much health right there. Deflect shield pushing GSL back to full screen. Now GSL just playing lame right here, tossing out these fireballs. PRC sees that RedIAmNot is in the air, so just checks it with a simple 5P. And that's going to be the game that GSL is going to take here to bring us to a 1-1 score.
Right, competitive matches here in top 8. Who's going to get the honor to go on and face Jack in winners finals? It's the tug-of-war matchup here, too, to be able to get that one extra cushion, that 2-1 lead. This really carries that momentum forward.
Yeah, whoever takes this one is really going to be setting the pace for the rest of the set. So it is very important to take this game here. Okay, the GSL already pushing that aggression here against RedIAmNot, and RedIAmNot always content with playing a little bit more defensive, right? Because as Goldlewis, you have so many ways to counterpoke your opponent once you push them far enough away with SD. And you do have some pretty good mashing buttons like 2P, for example, in the disjointed gives. Run up, catches the backdash there with the 2K. The drone keeping GSL locked down, but we're going to be using that flash kick right directly afterwards to get out of that corner position. Are we out of the range?
Okay.
Yeah, we are. Just have enough time to go for that parry.
Oh my goodness. Overhead gonna connect immediately into the super, and it is enough. Absolutely chunking the big boy. Straight to round start. Dash up with the 2P. Oh, what a parry! But tried to get greedy with the overhead. Red was ready for it.
Yeah, 2P, such a great Abari option, such a great anti-air in a pinch. Behemoth Typhoon will clash with the flash kick, and GSL is just going to die for this. This is what I was talking about, you know, if the flash kick gets baited out, gets blocked, whatever may happen, yeah, you're just dead. Yeah, you gotta burst that one. That would have just given RedIAmNot such a massive lead. GSL is the one with the lead instead here. Super plus.
Oh, but tried to run away, got caught by the white wall assault. It's a good start now for Red. Able to catch the backdash with the Behemoth into a full conversion. Not gonna go for the wall break here? No, does go for the wall break. Just wants the positive bonus. That's understandable.
Backdash all the way out, extracting himself from that situation, trying to be outside the range of the Behemoth Typhoons, but still gets caught by the white wild assault. And RedIAmNot just trying to go for a chip kill right there, and that will be enough. Burn it down, bringing gaysexlegend straight to RedIAmNot's vicinity for the overhead coffin to crack open, and RedIAmNot has cracked the stand still in this set to take the lead once again here, now sitting at a 2-1. Like I said before, this will set the pace for the remainder of this set, as now GSL is on the back foot, and RedIAmNot will be able to take advantage of their more patient playstyle yet again.
Ooh, nice clash. Both of them actually ready for it, holding the down back with the FD. This time it's going to be a mortal counter. Doesn't get the pickup on the drone, but does after that flash kick comes through.
See, that's what I was talking about before. You got to be careful using that flash kick because of that drone when it gets set on your wake up. Red back turn, and that's going to be an instant wall break there for GSL to even up this round. The life totals are looking pretty close. RedIAmNot can't kill that combo just yet, but here's one more mix with the BRC. YRC will be successful for GSL, and we do get the punish on the 2K with our own 2D. RedIAmNot still alive, however, we're popping these FDs to try and put GSL at the range where Behemoth Typhoon does become scary, and another 5P check coming in from GSL to close it out.
Bro, the 5P anti-air, too strong on this character. Best in class 5P and a best in class 2D there, blowing up the shins with a mortal counter.
These 2Ks hoping to snipe some of those run-ins from GSL, but getting a little too impatient from that range. Helicopter in, finds a hit with the air Behemoth Typhoon, and we're now in negative penalty, or almost negative penalty here for GSL, because so many of those backdashes were going to try to run back in to maintain this meter. Runs right into the overhead coffin, and RedIAmNot is almost at 7 point, but trumps the combo.
No, that's tragic. Big opportunity here, especially with the parry. This time doesn't get greedy with the overhead. Catches the backdash immediately into super. It's gonna chunk.
Not enough to kill. One more hit here for GSL. We can even things up to a 2-2. First comes out from RedIAmNot in the burn it down. You gotta really run in now. We don't have enough meter to really chunk all this chip. And we do not block the overhead coffin yet again. GSL losing to that option.
Set point.
Is out. You have to be scared of using that flash kick. 5P stagger into the throw. Back turn is online. RedIAmNot still on set point. In the corner, going to get wall broken into the super. This one, once again, chunk that health bar. You cannot really do too much when you're at a low health total here with Goldlewis. That Gus really coming in clutch.
Look at this, so scared, just trying to dash in, throws out the super, has the meter to go for the run through, but now all out of tension. Is this going to be enough to kill with the right routing? If we get to the wall, it will be! And GSL taking it to game 5.
went for the most optimal routing there possible to bring us as close to the corner and going for the wild assault as well to guarantee that we get that wall spot, get that wall break. And with that, GSL brings us to a game 5. Only person that can give us 3 O's is Jack, but so many game 5s tonight. This is going to be one hell of a late bracket, y'all.
Oh, yeah. I can feel it. If it keeps up like this, we're going to be up well past midnight.
Man, I do not envy you being in Eastern time. I'm Central time, so at least I have a little bit of a buffer here. Okay, flash kick. Forcing back turn on block.
Nice hard knockdown. GSL starting off strong.
Yeah, that we are runs up for the close slash and trying to run up yet again. And that's where RedIAmNot takes advantage of GSL with those 2 Ps to interrupt GSL's approach. Yeah, going into back turn stance from far away does give RedIAmNot a perfect opportunity to pull out that Gatling gun and get the knockdown from it. Very brave going for that flash kick there from that range. Hitting just at that max range, and that will be paying off for GSL, paying dividends as we are cashing out. And now on to set point instead. RedIAmNot has maintained the lead for so long in the set, but now it is GSL's opportunity to be setting the pace, and setting the pace is exactly what we're doing as we're just playing so aggressive, not giving RedIAmNot very much room to breathe. We try to run in for the back turn slash, but the Gatling gun still lands as we're just out of that range.
Oh, no, but the block flash kick is going to force a burst out of GSL. Didn't want to eat that incoming behemoth combo, and now still maintaining this pressure in the corner, looping it left and right, stuck in the blender. Red burst just to get some breathing room.
Very brave to go into back turn stance when that drone is on the screen. I think GSL is going to die for that, as RedIAmNot was able to take back that turn and open them up. Set
another
these players, final game, final round. Oh my god, man.
Another one. Another final game, final round.
Massive counter hit there for them, not letting GSL reset that pressure sequence. What a backdash. And just like that, oh no, flash kick too. Okay, GSL not letting RedIAmNot have the corner, just playing around here in mid-screen, escaping the corner so efficiently. Both these players playing so well, but this might be the game changer.
Oh no, you're dead.
Flash kick. Why did we do that from that range?
Got burst just in time, but Red is sitting with over 50 tension here now. GSL able to catch the backdash with the close slash. This is going to be huge.
Oh, back, jumping right back out, right to keep the core position, but the behemoth Typhoon running right back in the optimal behemoth Typhoon range and getting smoked.
A.B.A versus May action. I believe there are no repeat characters in this top 8 except for Goldlewis.
Except for Goldlewis, right? Yeah, 2 paths, 2 Faust or 2 Goldlewis. But yeah, totsubunger, a fan favorite. I know they want to see him go further into the bracket, but Wannabe Ashura plays A.B.A, and I do like seeing some good A.B.A play, especially when it comes to managing this meter. And Wannabe Ashura has been doing that so well the entirety of this tournament, and that's exactly what brought them here to top 8, going for a manual install yet again. But we're not really able to get a hold of that. totsubunger is just playing so belligerent at just making sure that Wannabe Ashura does not have enough room to breathe. And I think what we have to do now is like go for automatic installs in the sense that we do it to end our combos rather than do it here in neutral.
Yeah, but it's going to be really difficult to play neutral against a character as mobile and fast as May when you don't have too many tools with A.B.A, especially when May is the queen of the skies, and A.B.A's anti-air game is a little bit lacking in her normal mode.
Ooh, yeah. It is not the best, but you can absolutely make things work. But now that we are in a jealous rage state, we don't really have to worry about that right now. Uninstalls, just to reinstall, turn that key, and refill that gauge. Wannabe Ashura in such a good position right now. O-Red gets blocked, but not that next O-Red. It just goes by so fast. It's so hard to react to. And there's the super. That should be enough here for Wannabe Ashura to take this next round.
And both players still having burst going into this third round here. Nobody wanting to spend it too late.
Start 5K. I think trying to check the round start overhead that Wannabe Ashura does like to represent every now and then. Oh, full jealousy rage. Tries to go for the overhead. Actually does the whiff right there. So totsubunger still blocking, does give Wannabe Ashura an opportunity to continue to close that distance and find another opening. Big JH connection though. totsubunger going for that burst so we can go for a manual uninstall state. I do like that usage of burst right there.
All right, there's the burst immediately. Once again, dash in with the 5P just to check. Oh, the patience, waiting for some kind of response. The backdash immediately into the Totsugeki. Look at the damage on this confirm.
This is what you're talking about. Mei, such a fast character. You whiff a single normal, a single move, and then she can run right in with that Totsugeki and get a big combo off of it. Tries to go manually into install state, but that is very brave to do it right in front of totsubunger's face. And that is going to be the first game going to totsubunger, as we're just so aware of when Wannabe Ashura wants to be popping that.
See, totsubunger are going to keep this momentum up, keep it going here in this top 8 losers. We talk so much about momentum. It's been a very common word used tonight, and it's the name of the game when it comes to Guilty Gear Strive, and a lot of the characters have been seeing tonight, especially one like A.B.A, really thrive on it. And if it gets cut off, that could be the end of your tournament run.
Right, exactly. And the moment you know that like A.B.A is really having to work for these wins is when we don't have any more jealous rage, because trying to get that back is quite difficult, especially trying to play neutral against a character like Mei, who has such huge bunch, who's just so fast that it can be very difficult here. Wannabe Ashura finding the hit that they need right there to go straight into the install state, run up on totsubunger, and now totsubunger having to play defense for the first time in this round. Super does crack that wall break, give us that hard knockdown, give us a bit of that jealous rage meter back. totsubunger, are we going to opt to spend that burst? Yes, we will, using it at the time where that burst, where that gauge is at its lowest.
Oh, great patience too. Able to block the super. Yep, there's the RC. Just tries to jump out. Great anti-air, actually. And gets just enough jealous rage there to go for one more mix-up and close out the round.
Really clean. Wannabe Ashura denying totsubunger that second game. totsubunger waiting to see what Wannabe Ashura wants to do. Ooh, that was a 6H, I believe, right there. So Wannabe Ashura pressing that button, instantly reacting, and getting that jealous rage now. As far as slashes, these Totsugekis just pelting Wannabe Ashura. Hit Wallace off in microspace, and unfortunately drops the combo ender. It's okay though, we did still have that space, just enough to go and get into install yet again. Is this enough? I don't think it is. One more wall break is all we're going to be looking for. Run up into 63H potentially. Run up 63H, of course, right? It beats every single option. Into the double hit 2H, into the overhead, and totsubunger immediately taking their turn back afterwards.
Cool. Okay, both of them, neither one wanting to approach. Yeah, totsubunger too low on life, just waiting for Ashura to make a single mistake there. Oh.
You just can't take too many risks here as A.B.A. Woo! Oh my god, that was so close.
To the throw. Goes for the drop on the other side. Great defense.
Oh, now that's scary. You don't want to be whiffing those big normals like that, but we just got enough gauge back to increase our movement speed and run up for a throw. totsubunger not expecting it, and through thick and thin, Ashura will be securing a game there. Every single time, we're just at that such a low life total, but Ashura being able to clutch it out.
Man, I love what I'm seeing here tonight so far. These games have been unreal. These players just get better and better. Their reaction speeds are just unbelievable.
It becomes way more prevalent when A.B.A is at that low meter, because you know she can't just go into that state for free, and because of that, you want to be playing very reactive as A.B.A to find that one big opportunity to regain that momentum. And I think that's exactly what we're going to be doing as Ashura, regain that momentum by ending the combo, by turning the key, opening the lock, and trying to send totsubunger through the wall. Haven't happened yet. We're trying to get cheeky with these resets, with these overheads, but totsubunger having their hands on the wheel will not let that happen.
Yeah, there's the hard knockdown. totsubunger just dashing deep on in for the close slash, gets the mortal counter in the 2D. What's up, Dolphin? Oh, dash in overhead kiss, just catching Ashura with a jump scare right at round start.
Alright, bar slash does Ashura as an anti-air, tap dust, red RC for the extension, triple up Dolphin, and that is going to be the wall break yet again here for totsubunger. Continue to build up so much meter. Counter hit for Wannabe Ashura, that's going to be Jealous Rage activated, and I like the burst from totsubunger as well, denying the combo ender from Ashura to regain more of that gauge back.
Yeah, getting the side swap as well there, thanks to the RC. In the corner. Oh, not quite able to bait out the burst, but still, what does Ashura do from here? Is able to swap sides. That's a start, but no tension in order to get more of that Jealous Mage back.
That was a smart PRC from Ashura towards the end there as well. Having a little bit of a pause button because totsubunger was going on the aggressive and saying like, okay, what are we doing? What can I safely go for, right? And then getting a nice jump out, but unfortunately, totsubunger, I guess not unfortunately, fortunately for totsubunger, they're able to take that one. I guess it's depending on who you're rooting for at this point. I honestly want to see both these players succeed, but only one can move forward, and totsubunger is the one with the lead. 5K into the 5H. Hit. Good blocks from totsubunger. Does get the stay, but actually able to block in time.
Nice, there's the burst immediately. Dash up with the 2K. Man, the use of Totsugeki here from totsubunger has been phenomenal. Really just using it as this big stop sign and jump scare, especially when Ashura is in Jealous Rage, just to always keep them on their toes.
Oh, just raw key right there.
Tension is meter. I see the question there in chat. Tension is just your super meter. It allows you to utilize RCs, it allows you to utilize defensive mechanics like a push block, and it allows you to utilize your supers.
Yeah, some players and some characters do have that extra mirror that they have to manage, just like A.B.A has right here. And we're going to be getting just enough to go straight into Jealous Rage off of that super. We have first available. I don't think Wannabe Ashura wants to be using it though. Maybe trying to get it out of totsubunger going into this next round, but that far slash will be putting that stop sign up in Wannabe Ashura's face yet again. And yeah, and you mentioned before, totsubunger is just setting up a lot of these stop signs, a lot of these red lights saying, hey, you know, you can't just run in for free because I have this bar slash, this active hitbox being preemptively tossed out. You know, I have these dolphins as well that are just going to continue to check you, so you have to be very smart with how you approach, even if you are like the fastest character in the game.
Building that tension hella fast there as well. Look at the spacing on this though. Actually just getting the toss into the OTG very late 6K. 3K slide on in. That's all she wrote. totsubunger eliminates Wannabe Ashura from the bracket. Struggles a bit.
Right, I think it's going to definitely be a little bit difficult here, but, you know, absolutely winnable as a Baiken. It's not, you know, completely dire here, but, yeah, it'll be tough. It'll be tough. We'll be seeing how tough that can be as we get into this first game. And already Lakey is going to be taking that prerogative, finding the early 2S counter hit to start us off and push Lasagna Slayer into the corner and finding some really good hits with these Yozansons now that we have Lasagna Slayer kind of locked down. I like the usage of the Tommy mat to break down the drone because that wasn't level 3. So, you know, you're going to be able to destroy it and move forward with your life.
All right, now Lakey doing a lot of destroying against Lasagna Slayer, able to escape from the corner, but still, you got a lot of ground to cover if you want to make this comeback. One parry. Are we blocking?
Ooh, no, we're not. Oh, we are.
Rock hard,
Right.
rock and roll maniac.
Round start, JD locks Lasagna Slayer out of the air and keeps Lasagna Slayer grounded. Does have the tether applied, so we can go for some crazier mix-ups here. Good block on the Ozansen and the previous overhead as well. Great defense from Lasagna Slayer. And Lasagna Slayer will also be able to take advantage of the tether. I don't think he really takes advantage of the tether that much more compared to other characters, but still pretty relevant. Super, hopefully we react to that.
Yeah, it's going to be blocked. Great block as well on the low behemoth, but you're stuck to the big man and there's nowhere to run. That's the double-edged sword of the Kabari.
6P anti-air already getting that combo off as well. Going for the meaty tatami mat. Sets up the tether. Lasagna Slayer blocking the same side overhead. 6P attempt. Lakey not pressing that far slash. Counter hit on the Behemoth Typhoon. That will get Lasagna Slayer out of the corner as we set up the drone, keeping Lakey locked down. Burst comes out on the side of Lakey. H Kabari using that follow-up as well to catch Lasagna Slayer out of the air, trying to get that wall break for the burst from Lasagna Slayer. Will deny that from Lakey. Lakey trying to get away from Lasagna Slayer by any means necessary. Good block on the overhead after the burn down for the counter hit once again as Lakey tries to press a button. We have the Red RT to extend the column and bring us to the corner. The Gatling gun finishes it off.
Unbelievable. What a play there from Lasagna Slayer. Just staying one step ahead of Lakey, and you can see why it can be pretty difficult here for Baiken, right? Mentioned it just a little bit earlier, but that Kabari is a double-edged sword. You want to keep your opponent locked up so you can hit them with the wacky mix-ups that Baiken has, but being that close to Goldlewis, it can be an absolute detriment. And 2P at that range covers so many of the mix-ups that Baiken actually wants to go for.
Yet to really see 2P being used terribly much here from Lasagna Slayer just yet, but yeah, like you said, very relevant, especially go for like the backdash overhead mix-up. You know, you can just go for that 2P and then suddenly you have like a really deadly combo. And you know, like I said before, you know, the oh my god. The tether, sorry, isn't as relevant here for Goldlewis because I don't think it changes his rune that much. But you know, off the 2P, it does change it quite a bit if you're it makes it easier for him to swap sides and put you in the corner instead if you were the one with the corner advantage. Sets up the drone, catches Lakey, and extends this combo here. Actually tosses Lakey back to mid-screen, sets up the drone, but that's only level 1, so we're not really worrying too much about that.
There we go, Yozansen able to secure the round. Puts up there from Lakey. Holding on to the burst throughout that round as well is incredibly important. Dash up. Marion once again throws the deflect shield and gets the combo off of it thanks to the tether.
Yep, and should be able to get that wall break easy peasy. Uses the super and sends Lasagna Slayer through the wall. That's already 50% of that life gone for Lasagna Slayer. That's a pretty big advantage here, especially if we find one more overhead with that Yozansen starter. Another super building up just enough because of that positive bonus. Let's do it again.
Hard knockdown. ID in. Yep, with the throw. Exactly what you would expect. 6H OTG for the perfect Lakey time things up 1-1.
Man, we're just trading games back and forth, dude. This might be another game 5. Steal yourself, Jobber.
Bro. I would not be surprised.
Hopefully you have something to drink. So, gonna keep this going as we're going to be keeping this set going. Game number 3.
I gotta sabotage this somehow, bro. We can't drag this out to 1 a.m. Come on, kill each other.
Hey, remember guys, Baiken 5P equals you. We should probably use that a little bit more. Just kidding. JH counter hit there, catching Lasagna Slayer, trying to jump out of the corner. That awareness from Lakey, and I love that awareness yet again there to air throw Lasagna Slayer back into the corner. Where do you think you're going?
The air throw just shrinks Goldlewis's body. It's so funny looking. Oh, but there's the gunshot. Not able to get the side swap, but doesn't even need it. The close slash 6H is plenty to close out the round. Lakey now just coming out of the gate screaming here.
Escabari, JH, but that 6P will cover that follow-up from Lakey. Oh my god, look how much damage that did. All that work gone. Lakey made one mistake and lost so much of their health, and that burnt it down. We'll be burning down the rest of Lakey's life total for Lasagna Slayer to take that round. Lakey will be starting off this next one with a burst, and Lakey doing such a good job at just making sure Lasagna Slayer stays grounded. We're just denying this airspace with these Lasagna, with these JHs, with these air throws, and these JDs as well. But Lasagna Slayer has to be forced to play a little bit more of a linear game plan that Lakey can't take advantage of.
Yeah, and Lakey, of course, sticking to Lasagna Slayer like glue as well with that tether. Nowhere to run, just brawling in close range. Beautiful backdash on the Ozanson. Now it's Lasagna Slayer's turn to go on the offense. That damage coming out kind of offensive, I'm not gonna lie.
It was. Why does he get that much damage? Okay, 6P going to be phasing right through that H. Kabari. We still go for that follow-up regardless. BRC. JH catches the back. The Lasagna Slayer spends that burst to stay alive. And now Lakey has to block this out. Do we block it over? Yes, we will. And the tech as well. That could have been deadly, but Lakey now still looking good. Jump forward. JS does connect with the Lasagna Slayer's dome. And a Lakey we'll be taking another one here, showing off the Baiken and trying to eliminate these Goldlewis players out of the bracket. Still though, Lasagna Slayer playing quite well, and the amount of damage Lasagna Slayer is getting is absolutely explosive. Taking away these bursts from a Baiken can be a little bit rough.
Yeah, it can be a rough indeed, but I think Lasagna Slayer is up to the task. We've seen it go so incredibly close in a lot of these rounds. It really does feel like a coin flip sometimes, but Lakey is getting more consistent as the set goes on.
Yeah, I would say so too. If that last game was was emblematic at all of the current state of this set, and now we're just going to respect that drone, just go for the tatami mask to keep Lasagna Slayer a little bit at bay, because there's not really a lot you can do as Goldlewis to try and get past those masks. Without, you know, something like level 3 drone to kind of chew through all of it. Alright, straight into the super.
Alright.
I mean, this right here is setting up to be another perfect round for Lakey. Let's see if we can find it. Lasagna Slayer opting to block this out. Kabari into the super. Yeah, we try to FD, just keep it safe. Parry as well, perfectly timed on the side of Lakey, but we press the button.
No, oh my god.
But the tether messes up Lasagna Slayer's combo.
I thought that combo was going to be a one-touch kill, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, if you didn't burst there, you were 100% dead and in the ground, but you're still not out of the woods yet.
And this is what I was talking about. You need that level 3 drone to kind of chew through those tatami mats, so Lakey couldn't just destroy it with a single tatami mat like we've been seeing before.
Alright, Roundstar Far Slash gonna hit its mark, immediately putting the tether on into the throw. Gets the combo off it, but the burst from Lasagna Slayer doesn't want to allow Lakey to get too much momentum early on.
Kabari follow-up. Make sure that Lasagna Slayer now is in the corner. Ref, get him out! Get him out! Ref, separate them! Lakey sending Lasagna Slayer through the wall. Another huge lead, but we've seen Lasagna Slayer make these comebacks. Is this going to connect? I think we're just jumping back, right? So that's just going to be a block. And Lakey forced to spend that red RC, so we're not going to get punished. The tether is applied, however, and the Lasagna Slayer will be taking advantage of that fact. Lots of health loss right there for that mistake. Throw. Enough. The burst set for Lasagna Slayer.
Oh, but the JH flying through the skies. Set point now for Lakey. Still has burst going into this. Lasagna Slayer completely drained of resources. There's the Ozanson counter hit. In Dust We Trust through the glass on your ass.
There we go. Sent through the wall here. This might be the last time we see that happen here, as Lasagna Slayer is just almost one touch away. Yeah, maintaining the corner position, not going for the wall break combo just yet. Sets up the drone here on Lakey. Lakey having to respect that. There's the counter. We did not respect the Behemoth Typhoon. The burst comes out from Lakey just barely into the gunshot. Will this catch? Yes, it does. But the laser coming down. You gotta respect it. You can't get the kill just yet.
Oh, what a big trade there for Lazat there. Wake up parry on the 5D, and Lakey does it. Curse on them to lose.
But we will see. Hopefully you didn't bet on either of these players, so we're going to be seeing another Game 5. I don't know. Getting right into it, y'all, though. Let's walk, and immediately Marvelo going to be finding that dreaded counter hit here against totsubunger. An early burst coming out from totsubunger as well, going for the dolphin jump. But Marvelo going right back in to punish totsubunger for these very aggressive approaches. Yeah, and Marvelo having that awareness to take back those turns when we block those S dolphins.
Oh, sent straight through the wall. Positive bonus.
Wow, counter hitting the S dolphin, even getting the combo right afterwards.
Is dinner with Tong one of the channel rewards? I haven't checked them in a while.
Wait, really?
I don't know, someone said that in chat. They could be lying.
It's 10 million. It's 10 million.
10 mil? Bro, you
honestly,
look, you need 10 mil channel points to have dinner with Tong? I just gotta get in my car and go to his house.
Hey, if you get 10 million points, you deserve it. Here you go. And totsubunger definitely deserves that position right here off of that overhead kiss. Yes, Dolphin finds that counter hit straight into the overhead kiss here. totsubunger can't kill, but we're just going to try to get as much damage out of this wall break situation as possible. Yamada-san tossing, breaking that wall there for Marvelo. Red RC into this. Oh my god. You know, okay. I thought there was going to be more to that combo. I didn't realize the 6H was going to kill like that.
Salty, when we say this man has glass bones and paper skin, we are not lying. Oh, nice. Here's a pickup. Gonna be able to get that positive bonus. Marvelo's got to work so hard in this matchup, but it can vanish in the blink of an eye if he makes a single mistake. That is what Chipp demands. Absolute perfection and precision.
And right now, Marvelo is throwing the low, the mid, the high, and the whole kitchen sink at totsubunger, but we're staying so resolute here in the corner, and we find such a big jump out there, using that JP so effectively. You take that burst away from Marvelo. The throw also takes Marvelo into the corner, but Marvelo is playing Chipp, and Chipp can't get out. Now totsubunger has to take out that fly swatter yet again, trying to swat this fly, trying to get him out of your kitchen, but can you do it is the question with JH right there. Marvelo not running into it, and here's that stagger pressure coming through. Far slash into the close slash. Is this enough? We have 50 meter, so we're going to be spending it on the Yamada-san, and the whale absolutely kills.
Yeah, Yamada gonna do a massive chunk of damage there, allowing totsubunger to take the lead in the first match of our losers quarters in top 8. And yeah, this is, I knew this was gonna be a tough one for Marvelo going into it. You just, like we said, this character demands perfection, and Mei is so good at punishing mistakes.
Right. Yeah, I mean, this character is, you know, very good at scrambles in the sense that she doesn't necessarily have like super fast buttons, but the idea is that her buttons fill up so much space on the screen, and it's so easy to combo off of any straight hit with this character that, like you said, it demands perfection. You just cannot get touched by Mei. And God forbid the Mei presses on your Alpha Blade.
Oh my god.
Counter hit 5H, you gotta burst that one, but that's dead. No, we don't have meter for a super.
Yeah,
again.
no meter. You get one extra chance, one more chance at life. Gotta make it count. 2K2D scoring the knockdown immediately into the overhead. Gonna get a nice, oh no, that is an unfortunate drop actually.
Yeah, and now that totsubunger is able to walk out of the corner, that's not something you want to find yourself in, and try to drop that with the J2K being a little bit tricky on which side we end up on. totsubunger is going to be getting a successful anti-air to knock the win out of Marvelo's assails. Dolphin to move a little bit closer, counter hit Dolphin into the overhead kiss. A good grip of damage, not going to be the most because it was an overhead kiss combo.
Oh, but there it is, immediate beta blade. Great IBFD, pushing Marvelo at a safe distance. Totsubunger just looking undeniable right now.
Yeah, Marvelo is just struggling so hard to actually stop this momentum that Totsubunger has built up as a Dolphin into Red RC. Trying to finish their food right there with the JD, but Marvelo going to burst right through. Once again, one more opportunity, one more chance. Can you make it happen, Marvelo? Are we going to drop down? Another game to Totsubunger. We have so much health to work through. And Totsubunger, yeah, I can just play here in the corner. I just need that one hit. Marvelo needs to work so hard. Here's a super coming through. Now has positive bonus. Two things you not want to be hearing in the same sentence. Chipp and positive bonus. But can we make it count? Totsubunger still has burst on the table. Blocks the overhead successfully. Blocks the low. Blocks the mid. Continues blocking everything. Tries to press a button, but gets hit. It opened up. And the burst comes out from Totsubunger finally.
And now just trying to find that last touch. Chip damage could be a factor here as well, but it's anyone's game, and it's Marvelo closing out a round, staying alive, preventing that 2-0 lead from Totsubunger.
We said he had to play perfectly, and played perfectly. He did. Marvelo, what an insane confidence boost right here going into this next round. That momentum all in his favor. Totsubunger now. What do we do in response? H-Dolphin. Marvelo jumping right on over. There's the over connecting with Totsubunger, and we do not have burst either, so Marvelo is going to be getting so much damage off this confirmed. It doesn't feel bad about using the super either. Being that hard knocked down, and also Totsubunger already has that burst available, so we're not giving Totsubunger much burst in return either. Positive bonus, 100 meter. Here we go. What are we going to do? PRC, seeing what Totsubunger is doing.
The scary part is, even with burst and with the 50 tension here, Totsubunger is absolutely still in this game, and that's why Marvelo knew what the consequences were for not bursting there.
Yeah, and that's exactly why May is still in the game. A single counter hit like that could have won Totsubunger the game, but unfortunately, Totsubunger will not be winning any games, at least for now, as Marvelo stays alive, keeps the dream here for Chipp, and is going to be evening things up to a 1-1. Not only denying that 2-0 lead from Totsubunger, but looking so much better towards the end of that previous round.
We go jump into a 1 apiece again. You said it earlier. This could be one of the sets that goes to game 5 as well. It really is a toss-up. All these players so evenly matched.
Early stagger pressure coming through, big counter hit, but unfortunately Totsubunger wasn't quite ready to convert off that JH counter hit. Yeah, you don't want to be taking that, so that's going to be the first for Marvelo, but you don't want to be taking a counter hit Dolphin either. Totsubunger immediately takes out Marvelo, no meter needed.
Totsubunger just trying to continue the streak here. Was able to get the burst out of Marvelo, which is a massive, massive win while maintaining their own burst. But leaning heavy into the strike game here. The conditioning is starting.
Need to push out Marvelo. 6 feet does connect. Holy hurtbox extension, Marvelo. Overhead. Okay, that keeps the combo going there with the tightrope. Totsubunger a little bit low on health here, but still in the game, absolutely. And we actually see Marvelo go for that multiple times. They're actually going out that perfect range to counter hit that Dolphin.
Oh, no, just went for the 2S. I think we definitely wanted something else there. Maybe a 5S.
Yeah, whiffs the wall break. That is massive in this round here. But Totsubunger is also buying a lot of time to build up that burst. And now Totsubunger is going to be starting off the next round pretty comfortably, I would say.
Actually, that might have been a super attempt, too. Just a messed up super and got the 2S instead.
Oh, yeah, probably. Dolphin touching check. 5H. Marvelo are losing so much life, and Totsubunger didn't really even do a combo there. It was just a lot of small pocket damage adding up over time, but this is certainly not adding up over time as we try to kill that combo. Drops it towards the very end. They're not close enough for the corner, but we do get the 6H, bringing that anchor on top of Marvelo, and now Totsubunger will be getting their second point on the board like they were looking for in that previous game.
Yeah, you said dropped in the end, but I think the only thing we really dropped was that anchor right on top of Marvelo's head.
Yep. We got 60 tons of steel being sent on Chipp. I don't think there's any person that can withstand that. No matter the character, really. I mean, that's just dead.
See, can Marvelo stay alive, or is he going to be added to the pile of bodies here tonight? Don't forget, if you like what you're seeing, check out that Macho, !Macho in the chat. See how you can contribute to this prize pool, and let everyone know that TNS is live in top 8 for Guilty Gear Strive.
Okay, burst being used early from Marvelo once again. That's going to be something that we've been seeing very often here. You know, we don't want to be taking that early. Oh my god, that's dead. It's over! It's over!
Brother.
No doubt in my mind. Yo, whoever bet 250k is getting a big payout tonight.
totsubunger just sending the Dolphin right back in. Trying to stay as close as possible, and finally, Marvelo hitting the Dolphin with the 6P. The age-old adage, just 6P it.
Oh, and baiting out the overhead into the low with the PRC fast cancel. This Dolphin reaches just far enough, catching Marvelo there. Okay, far slash. Alright, do we want to reset? Yeah, going to reset that combo.
Gotta remember, one of the most recent players to actually defeat Jack was, in fact, totsubunger. So if they can take down Marvelo, they get one step closer to possibly challenging Jack.
Okay, yeah, has to block that 2S. That's way too active of a hitbox. Trade. Oh my god, the 2K 2D! And we're trying to walk back.
Duel 3. Let's rock.
Get a game 5. Can we get a game 5? totsubunger is just mashing that 5A through our hammering it there. And we do find it as an anti. That is crazy there on the J2K of all things. Orca? Oh my god. Oh. Okay. Marvelo. Can we do it? We've seen him play perfectly before. It's so tough. I mean, totsubunger has positive bonus. We still have burst. We need to bait that out first. Throws, turn things off safe.
Oh, okay, going for the bit of a reset there. Just wanting to put totsubunger into the corner and start running that pressure, get that extra damage.
So much respect from totsubunger right now. Red RC. Oh, I think we just dropped that combo right there because now we toss totsubunger back to the base. Grenade. That DP goes right on over the Dolphin. No punish for totsubunger.
That would have been it, too, if totsubunger could have gotten the punish there. Instead, it's going to be an Uzumaki barrage.
No, it's not enough.
Through the wall. Absolutely not enough. That super does nothing for damage. totsubunger sitting on so much tension with the burst gauge as well. Don't let it go to waste.
Just outside that 5H range. You gotta worry about that Dolphin. Has to block that button. Into the throat. Denies totsubunger the set yet again.
All the way to game 5 once again. I feel like a broken record at this point.
2 points apiece, y'all. Marvelo with 2 games. totsubunger with 2 games. The game 5 do not end. Dude, they are crying because their parlays are on the line. Their channel points, their currency, their net worth. And totsubunger, though, reestablishing a little bit of confidence there with that round start.
And now you can see Marvelo definitely feeling himself here. There's more confidence in the way that he is moving around the screen, the buttons that he is choosing, but does get anti-aired by the up Dolphin. Great block, though. That was kind of ambiguous on what side it was going to land. Still doesn't save you, but it still was a good block.
Right.
Duel 2.
Hey, here we go. Set point yet again for totsubunger. But are you a dropper or are you a closer is the question. And so far, totsubunger has been dropping all of these. Big shout out to Neo Judai for the party of 100. Thank you all for the raid. We got 700 people in the chat currently. This is TNS Guilty Gear Strive. And with that, totsubunger doesn't get the kill. Marvelo's still alive. And we see Marvelo take these dreams far, but unfortunately, the dream has been smited early. totsubunger, instead of going on the defensive, goes on the offensive.
For Baiken versus Leo.
HT2K equals nuclear. I didn't actually read that name before.
Duel 1.
Yeah, you know, Leo speaking the truth. Oh, actually, he actually, wait, did gaysexlegend change the name? I think he did, right? Anyways, that's going to be a parry early on here for Lakey, dealing a lot of damage to really catapult Lakey into the lead here. Bar slash into the super. Not quite enough there.
Ooh, overhead's going to connect immediately into the axe kick. Just goes for the reset there. Looked like you were predicting the parry to come out. That's what the
I
PRC
think
was
that's
for.
what we're looking for.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Okay, far slash 5H. Kabari went for the follow-up as well, so that did give gaysexlegend the turn back. Like he will be spending that burst. However, far slash 5H. Kabari yet again, no follow-up this time, so just going for the far slash reset. Tries to set up S Kabari, but GSL okay with pressing, okay with using these flash kicks. Now that Lakey is within range. This is another character that's kind of lethal. You know, trying to like attaching yourself to with the tether, but you kind of have to get that Baiken game plan going.
Okay, that was the most expensive throw I've ever seen, but I dig it. Able to take the round off of it too. GSL with the unorthodox offense.
Hey, meter doesn't carry over in this game, so spend it all. Ground start far slash coming in from Lakey. GSL going to respect it with that round start dash block. Ooh, okay, that's not good. Back to mid screen, taking him to the east coast here. Will we get the wall break? Yes, we will with the H Kabari. GSL, very low health here. BRC in, finds a throw. Respecting that wake up option.
Oh, and the 6P. Beautiful swing there from Lakey, able to take game number 1.
Yeah, with that PRC, it was almost guaranteed there coming in for Lakey. That was a very explosive, very fast game number 1 there. I think we're going to continue to see that a lot more. These characters love to duke it out within close quarters and you do so much damage in the process. Game number 2 now is underway. Duel 1, let's rock. Round start far slash, round start far slash. And this is why you see in like the previous set where Lasagna Slayer was going for those round start 6Ps, because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to beat that round start far slash, which is such a important option. I mean, 9 frames just goes by so fast and beats so many frames.
Well, this round is going by so fast. Blink and you miss it. Here's the wake up reversal. Super Lakey. Oh no, block and punish accordingly. GSL taking the round.
Yeah, that's just an easy block right there for GSL and getting that punish. Take the first round of game number 2. Kabari pulling GSL back in. Oh, and there's that 6P once again. Whenever you see those 6Ps, always trying to bait out that far slash.
6H. Ooh, what a challenge there from Lakey, though. Gonna combo straight into the gunshot. Didn't quite get the side swap, but that's fine. Got a ton of damage in the process.
Kabari has a movement tool to get in. Tries to press a button and gets opened up by the parry. Flash kick yet again. GSL is not holding anything. Start fire slash, GSL can walk it out. Another flash kick, but now you're tethered, so it's even scarier. Flash kick yet again. Oh my god, GSL is just not holding anything. We were just flash kicking on every single wake up. Flash kick again, sure, why not? What are we doing?
Just keep setting it again! Again until it works. There is no conditioning to a Leo player. Here comes the super, the Berserker Barrage, straight through the wall.
The legend doesn't get punched. The Lion does not concern himself with safe reversal options.
Oh my god, he is the Lion too. Oh, but there's the parry.
Okay, yeah, we've seen these flash kicks too as just like a reaction check here on these Escobaris. Like we see the rope come out and we're just flash kicking right through, but even despite all of these successful flash kicks, it's still not enough damage for GSL to actually take the win, and Lakey will be moving up yet another game.
2-0 now with a very strong lead, but we've seen what has happened time and time again in this top 8 when someone has a strong lead.
Yes, we have. Is this going to be the second 3-0 of this top 8?
Duel 1.
Let's see. Let's rock. Here we go. Round start, far slash. Nothing beats that.
Oh, heavy fireball right in your face in the corner, trying to get those plus frames, but instead gets a big reward off of a trade.
Ooh, big counter hit there for GSL. Is that enough? Yes, it is. Just have enough there for the super. And we'll be popping it to get that closing finish. There we go. Back dash from the same side overhead. Tether ran out just at the right moment there for that 6H to whiff, though. A little bit of lost damage was okay. Flash kick comes out from GSL, tries to run through for the back turn, but Lakey going to successfully throw it out.
All right. Oh my god, what a challenge though. Just a far slash immediately into the RC, and Lakey now sitting on set point.
Holy moly, that reached so far. Big counter, I think that was a parry attempt that time.
It was, yeah, you saw the parry flash come out, but just got blown up. Speaking of parry though, GSL gonna land one of their own straight into a super.
One may be on the docket for GSL, 1 point on the board. Yeah, with a super, this will definitely be enough. Popping it right now and sending Lakey through that wall. A perfect for GSL to put them back on the map.
The start of the comeback, right? We've seen it time and time again, this entire bracket all night. These players are hungry, they are practiced, and they are ready.
We should like invent a new drinking game here.
Duel 1.
Take a shot every single time Lakey does fire slash and every single time GSL does flash kick. You'd be
You would
over.
die.
You'd be like Alps over at Climax of the Night. I don't know if y'all saw that on Twitter. Either way, super coming out from Lakey. Yeah, we're in the middle of that back turn K, so that's going to smoke it entirely. Slash Escobari, GSL, flash kick through. We're getting these flash kicks to land, but we're not really getting any major confirms outside of that.
The parry on the run through though? Into the dash cancel?
It's too
That
clean.
was nasty. Set point now for Lakey. Looking to try and close this out.
Oh, going for the cross through on GSL. GSL not checking it properly. Escobari going to get flash kicks and going to get blocked. I think Lakey is just so accustomed to GSL trying to flash kick it. I mean, we saw right there with that BRC maybe trying to see if GSL was going for that option. GSL just waited that one out, delayed it just enough so we could get that flash kick to land. Parry going to go right through that run through from GSL. Lakey spending the super very early on in this combo, so less scaling, but I still don't think it's enough. Not chewing through those guts enough. GSL still alive, has 100 meters to work with here. Going to get immediately hit by the parry, but unfortunately, hey, it's not season 2, it's not season 3 anymore. We can't just DPRC.
Another victim in Jack's long line.
It's been quite the marathon up to this point, but this is going to be the big defining moment here for this bracket. Can RedIAmNot take down Jack, or can he not? Okay, first comes out. Being sent. That's going to prevent Jack from attempting to go for a long stretch of zoning there against RedIAmNot and having to go a little bit in, but no more concentration. Spends the super though, so concentration is back on the table. RedIAmNot, they were trying to press a button to take their turn back, will get smoked, and Jack sending RedIAmNot through the wall. 2 bullets left, but you need 1 bullet in the chamber as Happy Chaos now cleanly out of bullets, needs to find the time to reload. Tap
I think that's starting off too good here for our hero Red. I don't think Jack has taken any damage at all. This is the longest perfect, or almost perfect, that I've seen.
No, not quite a perfect. A little bit of chip there. I think it was from the drone earlier on, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it was from the drone. But it might as well have been a perfect, right? Absolutely surgical here. Jack denying the drone as well, just continuing to smash that 2P there on RedIAmNot, just challenging them and sending them through the wall with the Deus Ex Machina. I think we're already at full bullet, so, but still feeling those bullets. Still has that concentration. There's a lot on here too. Here we go. Let's repeat the process.
Beautiful, hard knockdown. BRC backwards, 6P. 6P into gunshot, bro. That is, this character's something else.
Trace away at the burst, BRC down. And then we just went for the Gatling and the level 3 drone. Drone does disappear though. Jack just went incredibly defensive right there. Continues the backdash all out of the way. Deus Ex Machina, are we closing up to the wall? Yes, we are, and we will regain that extra wall break damage. You know, I was telling you before. Oh, sorry, say that again.
I was gonna say Jack closing out game number 1 there with an early lead, but you go ahead.
Oh, I was like, I'm like watching Happy Chaos now, and mentioning the DPRC change with Leo and stuff like that really made me just reminisce about the older version of Strive and how, you know, burst used to not be full screen.
It used to not be. They had to change that because of this character right
here. Dude, it feels like so many changes in this game was made to, you know, nerf Happy Chaos. But Happy Chaos is still just so strong.
I mean, it just, his kit is too strong, and then you would have to cut off all of his buttons, which they don't want to do. He has some of the best buttons in the entire game. I would not be sad to see this dude get nerfed into oblivion in 2.0, but we'll see what the developers intend to do. Right now, we're just seeing Jack put on a show.
Yeah, turning on that aimbot right here, except in this game, it's not cheating. Going for the gun flip, pushing RedIAmNot further away. We saw the FD as well from RedIAmNot, but what can we do right now? Yeah, Deus Machina. Okay, low on concentration though. Probably will have to pop the concentration super or just go right back in. Yeah, concentration super right in RedIAmNot's face and find that tap dust. No burst being spent from RedIAmNot as Jack finds the perfect next round going on. RedIAmNot yet to really find any real advantage against Jack yet in this set. This is already game number 2, and RedIAmNot I don't think really has hit like a major combo.
No, finally able to get a throw here. I think this is the most damage that Red has done to Jack so far in the set. Oh my god, too far away though to actually combo off of it with another behemoth. But still, gonna be able to close out around here. Sometimes all you need is one shot.
Right, and it's way more relevant here against Happy Chaos too, because Happy Chaos you know, has a very weak defense. We don't have a reversal, not even a metered reversal. So playing defense can be a little bit tough if you get put into that guard crush state a lot by Goldlewis. We do have some great buttons for A.B.A options, but that's really all you have. Yeah, and that's crazy too. RedIAmNot really wanted to anti-air Jack, but couldn't because that curse was on top of him. So Jack was able to just check them with the gunshot if they chose to do so.
Oh no, this is the last hit!
But we're FDing for our life here, and Jack just getting opened up there. No, I don't think we're opened up. I think that was just like,
I think he got caught possibly trying to pull out a gun or something like that.
Yeah, probably that too. Thinking we create a little bit, like creating enough space with the FD. I think that was definitely likely.
Here we are jumping into game number 3 now. Red able to answer back with a game of their own. It is not going to be a wash. We have a competitive set.
We do. Here we go. Oh, interesting. I think that was That felt like a messed up behemoth type of input. Jumping over the drone, having the curse still on RedIAmNot.
Bro, the
Very
bullets
trouble
eased.
there, knocking out.
That was crazy. Dash in, backdash, gunshot, and then able to convert off the gunshot. Again, remember, gunshot is 5 frames, by the way. An incredibly fast attack. And you can do it at any time, as long as you have the focus and the bullets available.
Right. It's like 5p speed. Really puts into perspective, and there is the OTG. Just in case RedIAmNot tries to burst. I mean, there's really no good reason to be bursting that late into that round, so wanting to save it for this next one. RedIAmNot has been put into a pretty similar position, I will say, in that previous game where we were down a round and we had burst on the table. The question is, can we take this momentum away from Jack? I don't know. It's looking very difficult. Concentration is off the table though. So because we blocked that load and that gunshot, concentration is bad. No more bullets though. We don't have dares that are to go for the easy closer, but we don't have to worry about it. RedIAmNot already low on health and could not take another hit.
Yeah, didn't even need it. Jack is just so efficient at routing and damage calculation here, and now is sitting at 1 game away from moving on to grand finals on the winner's side. And if Jack isn't grand finals winners, God help everyone else in the bracket.
Right. I think Jack right now really trying to speed run the bracket too, and we'll see if Kava Guy can finish that Silk Song boss fight before this tournament is over. Here we go. Jack putting that curse on top of RedIAmNot. Okay. Into the throw. Yeah, that's tough. Wall slump. Nope, no wall slump. Okay, we're just going to take that time to go for concentration and then go for damage. Deus Ex Machina. Yeah, the burst change off of wall slump was also made to nerf Heavy Chaos. Okay, here we go. Super yet again.
Right, setting up the curse, putting Red in such a sticky situation, but actually went in and gave Red, oh no, the FD. The FD was brilliant, pushing out just enough, forcing the whiff.
Anything that whips against Happy Chaos is a full combo for him. Immediately converting into a wall break just like that. I mean, that was, what, 7-second wall break?
Back to the core again. There's the 5K. 7-second wall break is kind of nutty. But here we go. Gets the pickup. Trying to go for that 5K, but realizes that the trade is a little too dangerous. Backed up, but still got caught by the mortal counter.
Oh, burn it down.
Oh
It
my
does connect.
god.
That's a massive momentum swing for RedIAmNot.
But not out of the woods yet, Salty Boy. Still set point here for Jack, and Jack does have the resource advantage when it comes to burst.
Yeah, and now Jack is going to be tossing RedIAmNot into the next stage of this. Oh my god. Hold on. White wall assault. Just countering Jack immediately after that wall break situation. And we're going immediately straight into the down with the system. Wasn't a full turn, but still a lot of damage here for RedIAmNot now on the table. Throw coming through as well. Jack does have that burst, but I know we're really trying to save it for when we really need it. Probably when we get touched, and there it is. RedIAmNot fighting that touch. White wall assault in, but does get blocked.
One bullet left in the chamber here for Jack. Spends it and gets tossed back. OTG setting out the orbital laser. Burn it down. But the bionic elbow is what closes it out. Game 5 between these two.
Yeah, and there is very limited options we had there as Jack. You can either hope that you had enough mirror to FD through the entire sequence, which you most definitely would not. you had to either jump over and clear RedIAmNot to get past the laser, or you throw him to get some invincibility. All very risky options, and like you saw there, RedIAmNot can go for something very low committal, like a 2P.
Leo jumping into round start. Just gonna dash up, get the counter hit with the far slash. Immediate burst there from Red. Again, bursting early against Chaos is all about momentum.
Yeah, unfortunately, the momentum is still in Jack's favor as RedIAmNot got that burst taken away pretty early on. Jack also spending that burst very early on, but much more to their advantage. Double overhead. Actually getting counter hit too. I think RedIAmNot was trying to challenge that one, but didn't press the right button, and that's going to be the Deus Ex Machina to send Jack through the wall. Positive bonus. Doesn't care about that FD either, just continue to lock RedIAmNot down with those gunshots. Is this enough to get the kill? This might very well be. Yeah, absolutely. The scaling is definitely looking in Jack's favor.
See, can Jack close this out now? Red has access to burst once again. That's thanks to bursting very early on. Spend some of it to be aggressive with the White Wild Assault. Just needs to get Jack in the corner. This is where Goldlewis is at his strongest in this matchup against a Happy Chaos with no reversal options and nowhere to run.
Didn't have the 50-meter though to actually confirm the kill, and Jack is still alive and roaming free like a prisoner escaping their cell. RedIAmNot, no, whips. Oh, whips the button, and it's just like clockwork. Happy Chaos gets that punish. Okay, but that is big right there. Blocks the charge dust, and yeah, RedIAmNot having to go very committal there to make sure that we don't let Jack have this phase, because this is what happens when you give Jack the entire screen to work with. And no, we are not going to be using that FD, so we're going to get chipped out by that dust.
And now is this down to, once again, final game, final round. Does Red have it in them to take Jack down to the loser's side? Or is Jack gonna lock in, get that X Factor, and sit back on that throne once again?
I mean, things are looking so favored for Jack. Probably going to be popping that concentration super pretty soon here, but I know that Jack is looking for a hit, something like a throw like that, or not even having to spend that mirror at all, because Jack is going to be using it on the Deus Ex Machina instead, really pumping the damage of his confirm. And now RedIAmNot in a very difficult position, tries to go for the deflect shield, but Jack baiting it out, and that is going to be the win going to Jack. It will bleed into Tuesday morning for me though, with how this bracket has been shaping up. You know what's actually crazy? You mentioned the redemption bracket. The redemption bracket finished before we even reached losers finals,
which is insane. Actually, that's how much these players have just been going at it.
So yeah, big shout outs to Nahel for taking the redemption bracket. But right now, we're still in the main bracket, and totsubunger is going to be finding a pretty nice counter hit there with that Dolphin escaping the corner, getting that throw to toss Lakey into that pretty difficult position to work with here. No tether applied to totsubunger, so we're just roaming free to do whatever we want. 6H going to break that wall, holding on to that meter for the super. Throw into PRC. It's a pretty confident first round going to totsubunger. Now we're just chasing that. Oh my god, the cross through off of the H Kabari as totsubunger also just crosses right through with the Dolphin, avoiding it all. Okay, getting parried. Doesn't get the follow-up though, so Lakey losing a little bit out on. Oh god. Yeah, you have to burst that. It's like, God forbid that someone gets a counter hit 6H like that. Once again, people have made entire careers on these types of interactions. So Lakey definitely not wanting to be put into another TOD compilation. totsubunger though with a full stack of butter. Let's see what we can do with it. 100 mirror being used on that YRC, pretty successful. But that tether will apply. Super comes out for Lakey. Will this be enough? I think it is.
Yep, with the extra wall break damage is enough to close out the round there. Lakey and totsubunger keeping it tied up. Neutral jump immediately tried to go for the Ozansu, which was a smart idea, but got caught by the close slash.
Okay, and there's a parry coming through for Lakey. getting the follow-up as well, so decent amount of damage there. Oh no, another attempt to go for the parry. This time, you're going to get blown up for it.
Yeah,
and
that is brutal.
Yeah, Baiken also not known for having a lot of health, so she will be going down because of that. The Japanese guts can only go so far.
We'll carry it as far as we possibly can. Both of them with Japanese guts, mind you.
Yep, that is true.
Duel 1.
Alright, duel 1. Let's rock.
Oh my god.
Oh
Oh
my
no!
no!
Bro, your health bar. Your health bar. Oh my god, calling out Yamada-san as well. That is a clean 80% gone. Yeah, pack it up. That's a round you got. It happens.
These are the type of interactions that make it so that we made Guilty Gear Strive a first 3 game. This is why Guilty Gear Strive is the first 3 game, y'all. Oh my god, the 5P anti-air totsubunger is holding forward and getting rewarded for it. Lakey being ping-ponged on this wall. Not a wall splat though, so Lakey jumping right on out. 5P being all just defended by totsubunger, so just staying in place. That looks so funny. totsubunger running up, but getting thrown by Lakey there.
Bar slash, able to swap sides. Oh, tether came off just in time. That could have been deadly. But totsubunger able to block the YRC and a 5H, dropping the anchor on Baiken's dome, going up 2-0.
That was so incredibly quick. That was a blink and you miss it. Not even a blink and you miss a round. That's a blink and you miss a game. Like, I've seen Jack rounds last longer than that one.
If we get another game that quick, this might be the fastest set we've had on stream.
Well, we will see. This one will be the deciding factor to see if Lakey stays alive into this bracket. And a counter hit. 5H is not the way you want to be starting things off.
And there's the parry. Lakey trying to find an avenue. And this is another difficult thing. Baiken doesn't have the greatest anti-airs, right? For Baiken, if she wants to stop someone from being in the sky, she kind of has to jump back and throw out to Tommy mats. We haven't seen a lot of that there from Lakey.
No, we haven't, but there's a 6P coming through. Not quite a anti-air, but still getting a hit, and that's what we're looking for. Kabari into the follow-up. Yeah, just being patient, not really committing to too much, and I like that because totsubunger has been shown to be able to escape these corner positions so easily. You want to make sure that you are in a position to jump up and challenge them if you can, and that is what Baiken is really good at. She's not the best when it comes to anti-airs necessarily, but when it comes to that air-to-air game, she is very strong with options like JS, JH, and JD.
Oh my goodness. Dashing on in, 5H. Great parry, immediately putting on the tether. But again, that double-edged sword, there's the dash-up throw, OTG.
Respecting the close slash, jumping back, representing the JH. Oh, but the Kabari follow will catch totsubunger, and that's going to be the red RC to extend this combo. Yozan Sen opening up totsubunger high. totsubunger with 100-meter on the table. Using the dolphin jump to get to the other side. Lakey challenging the dolphin with the jump S, and the burst comes out from Lakey. D9 totsubunger that win just yet. 6H dolphin PRC going right in. Lakey not blocking it out, and the dolphin does get that wall splat for the wall break.
And that's set point now here for totsubunger, trying to get the opportunity to go and challenge RedIAmNot. No burst to save Lakey here either. Very scary situation. Able to fight out of the corner, trying to push back to mid-screen.
totsubunger just holding forward, holding that W key down, clashing with the far slash, and then running right in.
Charged 6H2. Look at the damage on this. 2 fully charged 6Hs in one combo.
Conversion for totsubunger so clean. The aggression so smooth. The 2K running right in, finds the opening, and that is the set winning combo. totsubunger on the mate. RedIAmNot on the Goldlewis. Let's get right into it, y'all. Totsubunger right now, the fan favorite, far slash checking RedIAmNot from afar, and that's a big whiff right there. Not only are we so clean with the conversions, we are also very smooth when it comes to getting these punishes as well. Block the coffins. The jump from Totsubunger. No response from RedIAmNot, just going in for the Kara Behemoth.
Yeah, that immediate burst there from Red as well. Just trying to put a stop to the offense here from Totsubunger. Establish a little bit of their own. There's the throw. Nice empty jump throw. Big Milia still in effect.
Yeah, I think Totsubunger is just okay with taking these throws as well, knowing that it's not enough to get any real damage on top of Totsubunger for it to actually matter. But this hit definitely matters here for Totsubunger. Going to be taking RedIAmNot to the corner. No meter spend, but the meter spend from RedIAmNot on a wake up will be used there for the down with the system. But the PRC will cancel it out. Totsubunger getting caught by the Gatling gun, has to burst to stay alive in this round. But RedIAmNot using that FD so perfectly to push Totsubunger just far enough away. RedIAmNot able to escape the core. Doesn't respect the 3K, 6H fully charged. And that is going to be the round win. Going to Totsubunger, coming down so close here.
Getting the round just before the burst came out. All thanks to that fully charged 6H. Again, squeezing as much blood as possible from the stone with every conversion. But Red, angry now. You can see the response just going full throttle.
And like that you mentioned, the 6H as well is very relevant, that these characters don't really do that many hits during their combos, so we're not actually building up each player's burst that much as compared to, say, like a Happy Chaos Deus Ex. First, alright, respecting the drone here. Waiting for the drone to disappear. Totsubunger just on the cusp of that negative penalty, but just going right back in when that wall is not there. Super from RedIAmNot. Do we have mirror to back it up? No, we do not. And Totsubunger has plenty of mirror to back up this combo, but we won't need it.
Beautiful work from Totsubunger with the early lead. Game number 1 looking incredibly clean. But you saw RedIAmNot went blow for blow with Jack all the way to game 5. So you cannot count your chickens before they hatch. Red is still fully in this set.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just like a few mistakes here from RedIAmNot, and they mostly came from, I want to say, the whiff supers, for example. I think those have given Totsubunger so much room to work with that RedIAmNot wouldn't normally give Totsubunger. Okay, 3K trying to get a knockdown on RedIAmNot through the drone, but the drone going to interrupt Totsubunger. RedIAmNot not able to get a full conversion off that. It was a bit of an awkward hit, but this is certainly not an awkward hit for Totsubunger as we immediately confirm straight into the Orca Super. Overhead kiss, and with a full stick of butter, I think this should be enough. Yamada will look at how the scaling is doing. No, not quite there. And I'm not taking it right through.
Trying to dash up 6P, recognizing the whiff. Oh man, Totsubunger, the snowball is just building up more and more here, Salty Boy. RedIAmNot does have burst going into this next round, but we got to get something started.
That we do. 6H keeping RedIAmNot at bay. We can't get anything started with big buttons like that, walling out RedIAmNot. The massive overhead kiss here for Totsubunger will be guaranteeing us a wall break. 5P confirming that.
Oh, what a far slash. Good God, you're dead. That's game number 2 for Totsubunger. Just always able to convert into fully charged H routes, which adds so much damage onto May's already damaging combos.
Absolutely, yeah. And yeah, I mean, just able to convert off of any of these straight hits. Granted, they are counter hits, but still, consistency from Totsubunger has been elite. Game number 3. This could be it. This could be it. RedIAmNot, I don't think has taken a round here against Totsubunger just yet. totsubunger. Clash there with
nice pickup.
Yeah, and this is now the position that RedIAmNot wants to find himself in.
Yeah, Red just needs more rounds like this. Swinging that dolphin to shut down. Swinging that coffin to shut down the dolphin is what I was trying to say there.
First comes out. 2P check. Blocks the overhead. Okay, knockdown.
Oh, wow, no conversion there off of a close slash heavy slash. Kind of surprised, but that's all right. totsubunger still going to get the pickup here. Not quite enough to secure the kill. Didn't have ND tension for a super. Ooh.
Yeah, but a little bit counter hit, but not really anything to work with there for RedIAmNot. But RedIAmNot continuing to not pull any punches here against totsubunger, using all those resources in an attempt to mix up totsubunger. May all be for not. 2P though is a great check to totsubunger, trying to go for that cross up, and now that burst is off the table. RedIAmNot blows right on through with that behemoth typhoon.
All right. RedIAmNot currently 1-2. totsubunger still on the verge of victory here, getting the opportunity to go up against Jack. I gotta check the bracket. Who even sent totsubunger to the loser side?
Was it? Oh my god, it was the top 24 qualifier, right? It was
GSL.
Right.
Free set.
I remember GSL was playing out of their mind there, but yeah, totsubunger still alive in this side of the bracket. Thankfully, Lakey was the one to clean up GSL. And now totsubunger only has to worry about RedIAmNot. RedIAmNot is still back in the set though. You know, one game on the board, that is definitely something. Reverse 3-0 is certainly possible, especially with a hit like that can try and make sure that totsubunger stays there in the corner. And that we're in mid-screen, RedIAmNot's going to loop this behemoth typhoon pressure.
I love the way that Red has adapted to the fact that Air Behemoth's no longer knocked down to just land right into drone placement, right? To still maintain some kind of pressure.
Yeah, absolutely. RedIAmNot sent through the wall. That might be it. Yeah, no burst coming from totsubunger, not wanting to risk it.
Shouts to Will Songa Boy, becoming a member on the YouTube channel. Thank you so much for the support to TNS.
First comes out.
Oh my god.
What a conversion as well, but RedIAmNot going to interrupt us from a really cool combo. Come on now.
Oh, the Dolphin right on in. Just Defend, able to get that 2P punish.
Uh-oh.
And we're going to game 5 again. Oh my goodness, man.
Holy moly, how many game 5s are we going to watch? Man, it's like 70% of the matches we've seen on stream were game 5s?
I feel like that's the case.
Like, we've been seeing some 3-1s here and there, but the majority has just been game 5s. Game 5. We have another game 5 here in losers finals. Man, what a bracket it has been tonight. Just came back from Climax of Night, seeing some of the greatest Under Night Melty Blood competition out there, Dengeki as well. And now I gotta come over here and see honestly, some of the best competition I've seen in a little bit here for Strive. I mean,
kind of unbelievable. It is
right, exactly.
Unbelievable right now.
You don't even see this stuff at majors, I would say. This guard crush pressure. totsubunger. Ooh, very brave press on that 5P. Doesn't get anything off of it though. 2P, here we go. Draining away that meter. No meter for you, my friend.
We're trying to go for the JD. There's the overhead kiss. totsubunger starting to pick it up a little bit here.
Odriman is active for RedIAmNot. Probably going to pop it now. Yeah, pops it there. But totsubunger going to be getting a counter hit to catch RedIAmNot. We're going to also not get that wall splat just yet. 6P PRC into the 2K. Using that as a way to check the Dolphin. Red RC to extend the combo into the vertical Dolphin. and no burst from RedIAmNot. And is that final? Yeah, no, hold on. Not final game, final round just yet, but totsubunger now regaining that lead. 5K, check with the 2K. Gets the knockdown off the behemoth, blocks the overhead, and just draining away that meter yet again. Burst from totsubunger, knowing that hit was probably going to be enough to just secure RedIAmNot a life there in the rest of that round. Now totsubunger being a solid
wall break.
Their own. Yeah, right.
Positive bonus coming. Gonna be able to build back some of that burst here as well. Immediately gets the 5H. Oh, that slight delay. I thought it was trying to bait out the burst, but instead it was actually just going for the up dolphin. R/ connects, and this should be it with 100 tension. totsubunger calling out free will.
Oh no, it's not enough. It's not enough. One more interaction here, and the super comes out.
That's a block.
That's a block, and no mirror to back it up. totsubunger.
Betting on the results of the entire tournament, not just this one set. So spend your channel points wisely.
Spend your channel points wisely. You definitely need that dinner with Tong as we get right into game 1 of grand finals. Burst early from a totsubunger, and also getting that burst early from Jack as well, knowing they can't afford to take that damage from May. Off and in, check with the 5K. Having enough here for Deus Ex, and will be using it. Topped up on those resources here. Curse is still active on totsubunger, and Jack is going to make full use out of it. That should be the first round going to Jack.
Right, nice dash up with the 5K.
Dude, and the way Jack utilizes 5K is unparalleled. Using it like the footsies is immaculate. 2K coming through, catching totsubunger, and Jack's so ready to immediately convert off it on any straight hit. totsubunger sent through the wall. Positive bonus here for Jack. Just runs up for the over, gets it blocked, but still has that pressure on top of totsubunger. No curse, but we're close enough to where it doesn't really matter. All these gunshots should land, and Jack finds his target. Readying that stance one more time to send totsubunger through the wall and send Jack into a game 1 lead.
Yeah, Jack, again, always the fierce champion here. The reigning defending champion, again, the most winningest player in probably TNS history. Again, we might have to do the math on that, but I think that is pretty accurate. Already starting off strong here against our challenger, totsubunger.
Yeah, already starting off strong, but if, I was about to say, like, if it's anything similar to the rest of this bracket, then this should be another game 5, but you know how it has been with Jack. We've hardly been seeing any game 5s where this player's been cleaning up so many of the people in the bracket. Though that game 5 against RedIAmNot certainly did happen, so it can happen with totsubunger here, but that is certainly not a way to get things started. Jack with a really good counter hit does get that burst away from totsubunger, and we still have plenty of those resources here with the concentration, with the bullets still looking good. And we're going to use a little bit of that time to concentrate and go for the gaysexlegend to top off on those bullets yet again. I think Jack's going to have to go for a bit more of an aggressive approach this time, just so we can get a little bit of that concentration gauge back, and we're not wasting it completely here. Yeah, because of that, we also saved mirror, so we didn't have to go for a concentration super, and we can just actually end this wall break with a gaysexlegend itself.
Trying to dash up with the 2K. totsubunger getting that mortal counter, the immediate burst from Jack. Jack, again, the resource war is always so important in Guilty Gear Strive. Being able to cut off your opponent's momentum as soon as possible. And an early burst, in a lot of cases, is a good burst because you're going to build up so much of that back throughout the set.
Right, I mean, getting a wall splat gives you so much burst back as well. So like you said, yeah, no, using it early means that you could potentially get burst back later in the same round, especially if you last long enough here. And Jack always usually, like, pretty consistently, I'll say, takes these rounds of the distance. The meter, red RC, oh yeah, solid didn't connect. So the burst was definitely locked into here for totsubunger, and Jack is locking in to a game number 3. Locking in, trying to get that 3-0, and
I mean, he's
yeah.
looking unstoppable, right? Totsubunger
Right, exactly.
obviously has been on that roll on the winner stays on, but there was really no downtime between Totsubunger's match against RedIAmNot and going into the Jack match, right? They could be feeling a little bit of fatigue playing all these matches back to back, and Jack could be taking advantage of that.
Absolutely. The house always wins is the phrase here. Now, I think that's exactly what we're seeing, but we'll see what totsubunger has in response. A 3-0 is what we need to get a reset. Just a reset. It's going to be quite difficult. Early burst from totsubunger, but we're still in the blender, and we just cannot get out.
Look at this pressure. 5D, the classic 5D gunshot. There is nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Jack is inevitable.
That should be the final round of this tournament. Down hit Dolphin to start us off. Totsubunger getting a good 6H as well, but can't convert off of it. And Jack getting the pickup with the 5K starter. 5K coming in. 5K yet again, continuing to reset this pressure. BRC down. Are we in a good position to end here? Yes, we are. Okay, Jack answered through the wall, though. You also lost our concentration.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because he always keeps the pressure up even when his concentration is gone. Totsubunger didn't even get an opportunity to blink there. Here comes the Deus Ex Machina. One more mix-up, one more potential burst baited, and it's over.
No problem. Rev, separate them. Rev! Rev! Look what he's doing. Jack taking the tournament tonight with a 3-0 over totsubunger from the winner's side of the bracket. And Jack continues to maintain the agenda.